What's going on? Oi, oi, it's Monday night, which means we have obviously got three absolute superstar OGs in the building, joining humble me, of course, little old me. We've got DJB, the absolute legend. We've got Shane Gooner, and we've got brother Normski, of course, man. Three fridge freezers, man. How you boys? Well, I know how you're all doing, but yeah, outside of football, how was your weekend? Ruined by Liverpool?
It was going all right.
Yeah.
It was going fine until before kickoff when I saw the team sheet.
Yeah.
Didn't even get to kick off. My friend.
Mm-hmm.
It only got to the team sheet, and that was it. The weekend was fucked.
Yeah. I think that's going to be copy and paste for everyone. Shane, copy and paste.
Yep. Yeah. Look, I was on stream when the team came in, and I just lost my mind. And then you rang me straight away, going, "You slam dunked it, man. You said that even if Odegaard's out, that Marino will start." And I said, "This manager," and you have these fucking plebs out there saying, "Why is it that Arsenal are the only team getting blamed for making it a boring game? There was two teams in it, and Liverpool didn't try either." Yeah, but Liverpool didn't start with 4 centre backs and 3 defensive midfielders, mate. You know what I mean? Liverpool started with an attacking midfielder at right back. So let's get that. And they knew they could go one gear and let us punch ourselves out, and then just fuck it, we'll start attacking now with 20 minutes left. That goal was coming regardless of the free kick. But we'll get into the game and stuff like that. Apart from Arsenal, it was a fine weekend.
Norms.
Yep. Xerox machine. Does anybody know what a Xerox machine is? Yeah. Anybody know what a Xerox machine is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's that. Yeah. Copy and paste, whatever you want to call it, mate, bro.
Yeah.
It was going well until I saw the team sheet, as you say. Couldn't believe it. Absolutely ridiculous. But look, this is what we got to suffer when you got a manager like this guy. You know, Mr. Braveheart. Not.
Yeah.
This is what we're facing. But big up to all of you guys. Great
Mr.
to be
back
on.
I can't let my players play with freedom.
MIKEL Gibson and that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No freedom.
Oh man, that's funny, man.
It is what it is. But big up to the world-class chat, and obviously, it's great to be back on a Monday night. 10 days we got to wait before we play Nottingham Forest, so it's international. So I'm sure that the top mutants will give us a lot of content to talk about anyway. So we'll see what happens. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And as you say, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. You know what I mean? That's my motto for today.
Einstein.
Yeah.
Mate, do you know what? That's it. Before I kick things off, I'm going to go into the world-class chat. And don't forget, the guys' links, all their channels are already pinned in the chat. So please, firstly, smash a cheeky little like on this video and give a sub to me. We're nearly at 2K. And if you're not going to do that, or if you've already done that as well, make sure you follow DJB. Make sure you follow Shane. Make sure you follow Normski. Well, we got a world-class chat. You're already doing that anyway. But if not, come on. And just quickly before I do say hello to some of the people in the chat, if there are any Mikel Arteta simps in this chat, probably not going to be your show. So I don't mind if you want to click out now. No, it is what it is. It's probably not going to be what you want to hear because we're not going to be sucking off Mikel on this channel, unfortunately. But I just wanted to run through and say big up to COYG. You always here, brother. And big up to Vigilante, man. Always doing his mod shit, man. Big up to you, brother. Big up to the Assemble for jumping in here. My geezer Dazza. Big up to you, man. Running them noodles round now, mate. Put the kettle on, lawyer, mate. They fucking burnt the shit out of my mouth last time. I don't think so. No, honestly, right? No, just to quickly nip on that. They're like super duper ridiculous. Like I have a foul curry, no problem, absolutely fine. It's only a problem the next day, but eating it's fine. And he give me these Chinese noodles. I thought I was fucking Charlie Big Bollocks eating them, and mate, honestly, they punished me, man.
Aaron,
they punished me,
Aaron,
mate.
while you're on that, right? While you're on that, I bought a little chili plant from the local garden centre. Right, it was only little. Repotted it. It's like a great big fucking bush now, right? And there's these chilies coming off of it. I'm well proud of myself because I've kept it alive. Anyway, I won't bore you to tears. But the red chilies now have come through, and I'm thinking I've grown them. I've harvested them. I'm going to have a little cheeky taste of one, see what it's like, mate. I bit into it. My mouth was on fire. I was going to call the fire brigade, mate.
Hadn't tasted anything for a week.
Honestly, all my lips went numb. I couldn't feel my tongue. So what I've done, I've chopped them up now, Shane. I've chopped them up, and I've put them in the when they're ripe now. I chop them up and put them in the freezer. And then I'll just add them to the cooking. But oh my god,
yeah, they can be vicious. But when I first started chefing, one of my first jobs was to just chop a load of chilies. You'd be there for about 2 hours chopping them for the people that were when you were just a commie chef. And I didn't wear gloves, and I went for a piss.
Oh, the other way. Oh.
Yeah. One of the worst pains I've ever had, man. I could hear me yelping in the back.
It was on fire.
Oh man, I was hopping around, man. Hopping around.
He's thinking this is some water infection. There was no sign.
Because you get it sometimes in chefing that you'll forget, and if you you're in a hot kitchen and you're chopping them and you rub your head like.
Sweating, and that's what I thought you was going to go for. Yeah. I thought you was going through that avenue, not the...
No, I went for a piss.
Not the Frank and beans, yeah.
I'm well happy with the plant, though. I'm well happy with the plant.
I grew a load of shit last year. This year didn't take it all.
I like my plants.
No, that's wicked. But yeah, man, that's it. Just a warning. If you're gonna be touching with chilies, don't touch your little chili. Do you know what I mean? Make sure you wear gloves. Make sure you wear gloves. That's it. Gavin, big up to you, Gavin, bruv. And James, yeah, of course, man. Yeah. Send this. It's not going to be the longest of shows, but yeah, just send us a link and I'll get you on, my brother. Big up to Joseph as well, man. Yeah, I'll see that news, that Hincapié announcement. Yeah, if you're what's it? Is it epileptic or whatever it is? If you're one of them that can't do the old flashing lights, that video just ain't for you, man. I looked at it and went, Jesus Christ, fucking hell, what's going on there? It's like a 90s rave, wasn't it? Absolutely ridiculous, but big up to you, brother. Oh, it was. I thought there was going to be Prodigy playing in the background or something.
I haven't seen it, mate.
It's full on, mate. I'm telling you. Yeah, just waiting to see a load of gurning ravers next to the video, man. It's just proper fucking. It is what it is. I know. Yeah. Big up to Darren as well. We got Irvine in the building, man. Big up to you. We also got Jono, man. Big up to you, Elite Panel, man. Elite Chat. That's what it's all about, man. And we got Binks. Big up to you. Always a pleasure seeing you over here. Yeah, big up the Binks. And I'll tell you what, Jam Boy as well in the building. This is what we're talking about.
Always.
Nash as well. Come on, Jam Boy, man. If anyone that I haven't seen already
the
or
Wexford
read out.
wig wearer. Fucking hell, man.
The Wexford.
I'm getting abused.
Let me guess. Sue just super chatted him. Hold on. Let me have a little look.
No, but there's here. Even Paul Nash is going for me, man.
Who's he going for? He's nice to us, the Suge.
Suge is going for me and Aaron, but Paul Nash is even going for me.
Yeah, no. Me and Noxky are fine with the Suge. The Suge.
Yeah. You're getting a Christmas card from Suge this year, aren't you? Me and Shane, we're getting a fucking
anthrax in the post. We're getting up, man.
100. Jam Boy sorting me out for Christmas. They're all on it. They're all on it.
That's funny, man. Bit of that's fucking hilarious, Shane, man. Let's have a little go anyway. Let's go through these super chats before I start. Big up to you, man. Saints 2025 net spend. Arsenal 257. LFC 218. Facts, bruv. Facts. This is the worrying thing. I can see by obviously the LFC in your shirt. You're a Liverpool fan. Fair dues for yesterday.
Arsenal are getting... Sorry.
Say that again, mate.
No, just the whole thing. The whole thing on X is Liverpool are buying the league. They spent 400 something million. Yeah, but look at net spend. That's all that counts. That's all that counts.
Yeah. All these big lots, they've sold well, haven't they? That's exactly right. They've sold well. Even the Chelsea's sold very well. They've balanced all of their books. Arsenal
Nicholas
Football Club.
Jackson for 70 million they've sold.
Yep.
Mad wage, honestly.
Obligation, 60 odd million, 64.
Yeah.
64.
Man. Yeah. Big up to Joseph Collin, man. He's saying big up Aaron. Normski upset about Zinchenko. I know. I see he didn't make a move.
He's only on loan, Normski. He's coming back. Don't worry, man. His
contract's up, so we won't see him again.
Yeah.
Oh, right. His contract's up, is it? He's gone, is he? Oh,
Did he finally go?
It's a loan, so we'll pay some of his wage, and then he just won't come back.
Yeah.
Going free in it.
Never mind. Let's let's sort of see. I saved this one till last because I thought I'd get the other happy ones out of the way before I read about Suge paws destroying Mickey Jane in some way, shape, or form. Big up the Suge. Big up the pre-puberty Justin Bieber hipster wannabe Adam. Bieber. Baby. Technically inept, mank-loving gypsy.
And the legendary,
I got twice as much as you there, mate. I got technically inept. I don't even know where the mank-loving thing is coming from.
Yeah.
Gypsy peasant.
Yeah.
And Sean Mark Williams.
Yeah, he ain't come out. He ain't come out with a Stuart Pearce wannabe. I get accused of the Stuart Pearce wannabe. Because I sound like Stuart Pearce. Apparently.
Oh, psycho DJB, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
The chili growing psycho, isn't it? Yeah, funny, man.
Still getting shit for missing that penalty.
It's the huggy hot thing I've had round my lips recently, anyway.
Oh, Suge, yeah, you funny fucker, man. I'll give it to you. Yeah, you do.
And then he just tells the other two legendary.
Yeah, I know, yeah. And that's it. And the legendary Normski and DJB. And of course, Suge just saying the legendary chat as well. And he's kind enough to at least say, hit the likes and hit the subscribe. And he couldn't be any more right. Big up to our Suge, our brother from down under. The wanker in the chat, Suge. Big up to the geezer, man. We love a bit of Suge.
Yeah, Suge, man.
But listen, I mean, there's probably only one obvious place to start. And I put it in my title. And I said it on Rashid's just before. And I kind of like the name. So I'm going to say it again. We got MIKEL Myers coming out again. And he just absolutely brutally murdering any form of hope that we had in any way, shape, or form. So MIKEL Myers, I know. Do you know what I mean? Halloween and all of that. Do you know Halloween 7th season? Isn't it? Dun, 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 yeah. Mate, honestly, it's
Freddy
just no
Krueger
good.
settings, isn't it?
I know, yeah. Just absolutely butchering us, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? Like I said, he's
Nightmare on N5 Street.
Mate, honestly, like I'm just the same. And I want to pick up where sort of Shane was sort of going, and he was saying about the lineup, and I think that's sort of fair to say. So before the game, and as well, we've got a little bit of hindsight now because we've seen the game. But before the game, you're looking at it and you're thinking, okay, Konate's a bit of a red card waiting to happen. Their defense ain't quite been at it. Their attack, they're always going to be frightening, regardless of what form they're in. You'll always have to keep an eye on that. And, you know, they've scored a couple of goals. But you just sort of thought to yourself, okay, Liverpool might be here. And before the game, I said 2-2. I think a lot of us went for draws, to be fair. I'm fairly certain a lot of the chat, apart from Jamboy, I know was a 4-0 in the chat. I think everyone was sort of going on that sort of draw fence. And I was the same. And I just thought to myself, well, do you know what, though? If you had a little gun to me head and you said there's going to be a 2-1 winner, I thought, do you know what? I'm a little bit picked up from the 6 points at 6. I'm a little bit buoyed. You know, the fact that we've got Eze through the door and, you know, the window hasn't been too bad. It's not been unbelievable, but it's not been too bad. I thought to myself, if there's a time to do it, it's going to be now. 3 games in where they're not 100% Liverpool. Thought now's the time to go and do it. And do you know what? Like every single other person, as soon as it got to lineup time, I looked on Twitter with the tiniest bit of hope and optimism. And then the second I read down about 5 or 6 names, I thought, you bastard. You absolute bastard, because you see that lineup and you just knew. You knew exactly what you was in for. Copy and paste. You've been here before. You've read the book. You played the DVD so much it skips. Do you know what I mean? You've listened to the song 1,000 times. You know the words off by heart. And that is how that game was going to go. Now, what we didn't sort of know was how poor Liverpool were going to be for about 60, 65 minutes. We didn't know that because no one was to know that. After 65 minutes, we all knew that. I thought to myself, wow, man, this is a very poor Liverpool side, but it was an even poorer Arsenal side. That is the problem. Devoid of anything going forward, set up by a manager that only provides robotic, inept, toothless attack. And I just thought, wow, what a missed opportunity. And do you know, sometimes when you see the free kicks being lined up, and I said to my mate Lee, who was sat next to me, I was like, this is fucking going in, isn't it? This is going in. Do you know, sometimes when you know you see the net ripple and you went, yep, We ain't coming back from that. We offered nothing for the 65 minutes, and then we offered absolutely nothing after it either. It was just a real day of missed opportunities. Because I thought to myself, if he was to even have just started Eze and had some form of attacking intent, I understood why he started Martinelli on the left, by the way, to give that protection to Calafiori. I called that before the game. But not also to start like what Shane called Mikel Merino alongside of that, because all of a sudden then you've only got Madueke and Gyökeres as your attackers, because Martinelli's a defensive left winger. Let's just get that right, because he's not an attacking left winger, is he? I mean, he gets the ball. You could see from a fucking mile off. Gyökeres makes one of them runs, one of the only few where he could have been actually played through. What does Martinelli do? Misses the fucking pass and then just runs the ball out for a goal kick. Sorry, it was just toothless and inept. And I'm sorry. As soon as I saw that lineup, I thought, wow. And I used this phrase a few times: to get something you never had, you need to do something you never did. And what did we do? We done exactly the same thing that Mikel Arteta, Normski's background, doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result. We've seen it for the last 5 years. And what did we get? Finally, all the top gooners can take off that little blanket of, oh, but we're unbeaten against the top 6. We're unbeaten against the top 6. Oh, what do you have to show for it? Nothing. And now you've lost. Now you've lost another little blanket of an excuse. It's embarrassing. And this manager is his fault. It's his fault. It's his lineup. It's his team. How can you go out there after Bert spending 300 million this summer and that's what you do with it? You fucking butcher it. It's ridiculous, DJB. Come on, man. It's just if you had any form of lingering positivity towards Arsenal's season or possible, you know what I mean? Or you thought, wow, maybe we could go here and something could change. It was absolutely murdered by that lineup and then murdered by 95 minutes of football, wasn't it, mate?
I'm annoyed with myself that for once I started to believe we could actually get something from Anfield. There was a little bit of me thinking, hang on a minute, I'm starting to believe we can actually get something here from Anfield. And I'll tell you what, it was like chatting that girl up at school all year round, and then it gets to the Christmas disco and she F's off with your best mate. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, absolute flatline. Soon as the team sheet come out, I knew. And then when Declan Rice goes and punts it 20 yards straight out of play, that told me everything I needed to know about how this game was going to go. Right? All I'm going to say, guys, is how can you give Eze all the glitz and the glam, the Ian Wright frolic that was all coming out, all the PR, announcing him at the Emirates, no tunnel, Eze, and all the crowd erupts and gets off their feet against Leeds United. This guy's won an FA Cup. He's come in on the back end of winning an FA Cup. Charity Shield, absolutely flying, bang on form. And then he takes him to Anfield and he puts him on the bench. He benches him, people. Right? Our only creative player, and he's benched him. And then you got Gyökeres running around, making all these runs, not getting picked out, looking like a League Division 2 signing that we've done on deadline day. And I said, if he doesn't change the way he plays, if he doesn't get creative, Gyökeres will look bang average. He looks worse than bang average. He's running around. He's knackered. He's breathing out of his backside. He's getting frustrated. He gets a yellow card. Has he got a yellow card? He never even touched the ball. And then you look on the left, Martinelli. Absolutely. You say about murdered, Aaron. He's absolutely murdered him. This kid is gone. Finished. Yeah. Absolutely finished. And I know we said about bringing him in for his defensive duties, but really, did he didn't even do that, really, did he? I mean, it was absolutely appalling. I've never seen a performance like it with a footballer in an Arsenal shirt. Absolutely awful. So here we go. We've got Liverpool, where Bournemouth has taken them close and nearly got a draw at Anfield. 10-man Newcastle has run them ragged for 45, 48 minutes of the second half. They're conceding goals. Konate is playing like Bambi on ice. And yet we rock up and suddenly Konate looks like prime Maldini. Mm-hmm. We've offered nothing. Van Dijk and Konate didn't even get out of second gear. And before the game, they was probably, Arnie Slot's probably thinking, oh, God, you know, they're going to come here. They're going to mean business. They've got Eze. They're on a high. They've got Gorkarez. Look at all their attacking options they've got. And they've probably set up in training to try and accommodate it. How are we going to accommodate that? And after 5, 10, 15 minutes of the game, it was like, relax, guys. It's the same old Arsenal. Don't panic.
Yeah.
Don't panic. Same old Arteta. They've come here to bore the pants off of everyone. What we needed to do, when you think about it, we're being told about this great squad and the signings we've made. And we've got the best squad in the Premiership. And we've got squad depth, Premier League experience. Okay, fine. 9 out of 10 window, 8 out of 10 window. Right, okay, fine. Why not go and take those creative players to Anfield and set a marker down and go, right, we might not win the Premiership, but boy, look what you've got to do. We're going to let you know that we are coming really strong and hard behind you, and we're going to push you all the way. Set the marker down. Man City lost. Go and out there and express yourself. I don't mind losing to a worldy goal if we've battered them for 90 minutes and I'll come out of there and I go, oh, okay, fine, we've battered them for 90 minutes, but do you know what? One free kick has undone us. People are saying, yeah, it was a worldie, but we never laid a glove on them. Yeah. One shot. 60 odd million sitting on the bench. Wanyeri sitting on the bench. A number 9 that's been banging goals in for fun all around Portugal. And we've had one shot. One shot. I mean, come on. This manager has completely and utterly lost it. And I'll land on this. People have been saying to me, oh, well, you need to chill. It's only one game. Just said it on Lee's channel. This ain't one game. I was watching this dross last season. I was watching this at the Emirates against Everton, 0-0. I was watching this when we played Leicester and just about got over the line. I've been watching this when we went up to the Etihad City ground and we bored the pants off of them.
Yeah. It's not new news, is it?
It's not new. This is what I'm saying. Yeah. If it was a one-off, I'd go, well, yeah, hang on, I'm overreacting. But this is something that's been repeatedly season in, season out, season in, season out. And the problem is, Aaron, there's fans out there that go, oh, you've never had it so good. Well, I'll tell you what, I watched some boring football under George Graham. I did watch some boring football under
George Graham.
Never
that bad, though, DJ.
Right? But I'll tell you now, under George Graham, there was a purpose in some games why he played negative. And there was a purpose behind it. And that purpose won us football matches and trophies. And that's why that man was a genius. Because there was a purpose. This guy sets up to play negative and not get beat. But there's no end product. There's no end product. We still get beat. He's frightened. He's frightened of losing and we still lose. I mean, where are we going here? Where are we going here? He's an absolute joke. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. And what do? They blame the players. I keep saying it. The buck stops at the manager, guys. He sets the team. He sets the tactics. He tells them how to play. He tells them where to run. He's telling them to play like this. Do you honestly believe that Declan Rice, future captain of the England football team, is going to kick the ball 30 yards straight out of play from a kickoff? Do you honestly think he's going to go, oh, no, what? I've been playing all these years. I've won the Conference Cup with West Ham. I've captained West Ham. I've kept them from relegation. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to smash the ball 20 yards out of play. No, it's come from the manager. This is what I'm saying, right? Defensively, Mosquera came on, looked okay, done a job. Calafiore, I thought didn't have a bad game, right? And I'll just say this one more time. What he's come out with about Eze missing that one-on-one, he's thrown him completely under the bus with his statement that he came out with.
Why has he
And
done
yet,
that?
And yet, 19 minutes of football in an Arsenal shirt, and he throws him under the bus.
Because he don't want him. That's why he's done that. Because he didn't want him.
Kai Havertz, give him time. Give him time. Give him time.
50 games, he said. 50
Give
games.
him time. 50 games. Judge him after 50 games. This guy's thrown him under a bus under 19 minutes. Why? Because it ain't his signing. He didn't want him. The only reason why he got him is because Kai Havertz is injured. Gyökeres didn't want him. That's why he's not getting any. That's why he's not getting the tactics to make this player look half decent. And as soon as Kai Havertz is fit, Gyökeres will be dropped.
Yep,
massively.
Mm-hmm.
This guy has reached his ceiling. He's done everything he can. It is now time for him to just hang his coat up and just say, "Do you know what? It's time to move on." And the problem is, Aaron, and I'll leave it on this. The reason why is because this guy is bigger than the football club, and there's a fan base that absolutely soaks it all up. It's a day out. It's a day out. Don't matter if we don't win nothing. Who would you rather be? Brighton? Actually, yeah. I would.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actually, right now, I would. Because I'd rather go and watch Brighton turn it on against Man City than sit through what I just watched on Sunday.
Yeah. To no fucking positive either. Do you know, if you're going to sit through that and win,
product, Aaron.
If you're going to sit through it and win, you think, all right, well, you know, would I prefer better football? Yes, absolutely. But we're winning.
And the
so
thing
you'd always
is, right,
counter that with that.
The thing is as well, if you're going to play like that and it doesn't come off, then you've got to accept criticism. You've got to accept the criticism you're getting. If you've gambled and played and set the team up to foul and it doesn't come off, then you have to accept the consequences. You can't just push it all under the blanket and make it all go away. And yet we're giving there's channels giving player ratings of 7 and 8s.
Almost can't watch it. It's almost unwatchable.
What are we doing here? And there's excuses about we should have had a penalty, Slobitsai, where it's hit him on the arm. Come on, we're clutching at straws. And we've got a goalkeeper now talking about Puma footballs. I mean,
where's he learnt that?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Where's he learnt it?
It's a mess, guys.
For the manager blaming the ball in the semi-final in the Carling Cup.
Yeah, I don't mean to swear,
man,
but it's just no. I'm honestly, I'm not over it. That's how passionate I am. 50 years of supporting this club, and I'm still not over that. Yesterday, I can't get over it. It takes me days.
Yeah. Just quickly before Shane does come in, Suge is obviously big up to Suge, and he's saying happy birthday, DJB, to your.
Oh yeah, cheers, Suge. Thank you. He remembered. Big up.
Yeah. It seems nice to his favourite.
Means a lot, my friend. Thank you very much. You're an absolute legend, Suge. Don't listen to what these tell you.
He don't.
He don't at all. Yeah. Exactly.
No, big up to Suge. What a gent to 50% of the panel. What a gent. Shane, come on, man. I mean, DJB spitting absolute facts and about that. I mean, it's sort of hard. I sat there and I thought to myself, what's one of the positives just that I can take out of it? What's one of them? The only one was scratching and scraping around the bottom of the barrel like a little rat. Was Mosquera weren't that bad when he came on. He weren't really challenged, but that's all I could muster up. That's the
Calafiori done all right, didn't he?
Calafiori did all right, but Salah had 3 chances where he had a heavy touch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's remember that as well. Salah wasn't at the race.
They're the only small positives. Other than that,
yeah.
I mean,
you'll
touch on about the injuries though as well, wouldn't you?
That match will from the hour beforehand to the hour after sums up everything that's wrong with this manager. From the team he picked, the players he left on the bench, to Saliba getting injured in the warm-up and playing him anyway, to then throwing him under the bus after the match and saying he wanted to play. He said he was good enough to play. Right, well, it's your job to say no, mate. What happened the week before? What happened the week before against West Ham? Cole Palmer got injured in the warm-up. Sorry, mate, you're not playing. You're not playing. Your best player, you're not playing. Sorry, you're injured. That's the way a real manager works. Then he not only did he play him, he threw him under the bus afterwards. He wanted to play. He wanted to play, right? But it's your job to say no. And I can guarantee you, he didn't want to play. I can guarantee you that you told him he was playing. He's got a World Cup qualifier coming up, mate. He ain't going to risk that. He's already has to fight to get in the French team. He ain't going to risk that. What if someone comes in for him? There's no way. He was made play, and then he threw him under the bus. From the lineup to then the first action, as Arteta likes to say, oh, do you know what? Rugby tactic it. Belt it as far as you can into the corner, but close down the throw. I turned around to my missus and said, it's over. And she just went, what the fuck was that? I said, I don't know what it was. It's MIKEL Arteta. It's MIKEL Arteta. He said that we went there to win. Really? 4 centre-backs and 3 defensive midfielders. You didn't go there to win. And a defensive winger. They've even created a new position because we're so negative. We created a new position.
Yeah.
That's what he's done. Gyökeres, at half-time, had 2 more touches than Saliba had, and Saliba went off after 3 minutes. That's how little touches he had. 2 more touches than Saliba went off after 3 minutes.
That's so bad.
But we all called this. We all said Gyökeres will not get service. There's no point having him. There's no point having him. We were absolutely diabolical, and Liverpool must have been laughing their arses off when they saw the team sheet. And they're going on about injuries. They had an attacking midfielder at right back. They had an attacking midfielder at right back. They had a 19-year-old left back. You know what I mean? They had McAllister coming back for his first game of the season. They had Wirtz getting used to a new league. They had Ekitike getting used to a new league. You know what I mean? So they could have been pissing and moaning. Oh, but it was a wonder free kick. Well, do you know what the difference is? Our players wouldn't have been allowed to shoot from there. That's the difference, mate. They wouldn't have been allowed to make their own mind up and shoot. They would have been looking over at the side and being told to whip it in, lob it into the box. It was a disgrace from start to finish. And in the space of an hour after the game, he managed to throw Eze under the bus, throw Saliba under the bus, and lie about Mascara making his debut. Oh, he had to come on and make his debut. He played against Leeds, mate. Why didn't someone correct him? Do you know why he said he made his debut? Because it makes it sound more dramatic, and it makes it sound like how thin his squad is. He blamed injuries again, back on the injuries thing. He said we played better, like he did against PSG. If he had come out and said, yeah, I think I got that lineup wrong, you'd go, right, fair enough, mate. Well done. You know what I mean? No, throw everybody else under the bus, sit there with a smug smile, talk absolute waffle, and these pricks eat it up. Canton and all eat it up, and they go and they spread it. They are the cancer of this club. These guys, they are the cancer of this club. They I don't know how they sleep at night, man. I just see him on X always defending himself. Arteta's the best young manager around. Injuries, we were missing this player, missing that player. How can Arteta go into a press conference, say, yes, Saliba sprained his ankle in the warm-up, but I played him, and then complain about injuries like he's a victim? How can you just admit that you played someone on an injury and then complain that you're really unlucky about injuries? Again, not questioning on it. Why wasn't he pushed? Why did you play him? Why didn't you say no? These reporters are cowards, man. They're afraid to ask him any questions. And he just sits there and like that game, Zubimendi, we all called it. Against a high press team, he's going to lose the ball several times. First half, he gets the ball, comes to him. Van Dijk just flicks off him. He grabs his head, falls to the ground, and Van Dijk's clean through. He should have scored from that chance, actually. The refs were against us. Okay, well, Zubimendi should have been booked in the first half, and he got booked in the second half, so he should have been sent off, if you want to talk about refs. So we got away with that one. Timber limping around at the end of the match in bits. He hasn't been fit. Ben White, I'm telling you, we're not going to see Ben White properly again. Well, I've said it all summer. Ben White is never going to be right. You cannot play for 3 months when you need knee surgery and be right. It's impossible. You can't. It's long term. You have done him in. Gabriel's going to drop soon, and whoever drops on international duty, because one of them will, one of them with a hamstring or something will go, and all the top gooners will say, "Oh well, you see, it's not Arteta's fault because it happened on international duty." If any of them have a muscle strain or a fatigue injury while they're on international duty, that's just a carryover from playing under this manager. Yeah, Berta needs to sit there and say, why the fuck did I sign you all of these players if you're going to pick Marino, Rice, and Zubimendi in midfield? Apart from Zubimendi and Gyökeres, and he had to pick Gyökeres, and if Havertz is fit, he's starting that game. 110% he's starting that game, right? Zubimendi he wanted, and Madueke he wanted, right? So we would have had all of the players he wanted, and all the ones he didn't want will be on the bench. What is Ethan Nwaneri meant to think when he's sitting there watching his team need a goal, and he brings on an injured Odegaard and a 15-year-old to change the game, and he's left sitting there? They showed a picture of the bench with Ethan, Eze, and Miles Lewis-Skelly sitting beside each other. And this guy's in a press conference getting asked, was that midfield a bit negative? Oh, well, Martin was out, and then he let it slip, and so was COYG. So we know he's the backup 10, by the way. So he's let that slip.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
Martin
that's right.
was out. Martin was out. So was COYG. That's all I had. And Ethan's sitting there, right, on the bench. Eze's sitting there on the bench, and Lewis-Skelly sitting there on the bench. So that in that one answer, he's told us many things. He said that Kai Havertz is the backup 10, which we all called in the summer as well. We said if Odegaard's out, it won't be fucking Eze. It won't be. He'll drop Kai Havertz in so he can play him and play Gyökeres, right? So he's just let it slip, right? He's also let it slip that Eze won't be played in the 10 because he didn't mention him. And he's also let it slip that Ethan won't play in the 10 because he's just let it slip there. He's also let it slip that Miles Lewis-Skelly won't play in midfield. Right. So in that one answer, he's shown every single thing that we said all summer. And all the top gooners said, you can't know that. You can't know this. That's not true. That's not.
We just said it.
We just said it. And he has just said it in one single answer. He's confirmed everything that we said about this man. And he stands there and he lies through his teeth. He lies about points totals. He lies about Mosquera making his debut. He lies about injuries. He lies about everything. And not one of these spineless reporters, these Semius and these Cantons and all these guys, not one of them says, well, hang on a second, Mikel. That's not true. Not one of them will say it. And why? No. Because he'll keep getting away with it over and over and over and over and over again. That's why. Access and money. Access and money.
That sweet press pass.
Absolutely spineless. There was one guy, and I'll finish on this, on AFTV. I don't think he's a regular. I think he was just some guy that they filmed, right?
You sent me it.
Yeah, you sent me
He somehow managed, right, to blame the refs for that game and quoted a decision in the Fulham-Chelsea game. Yeah. The refs are terrible. What about that decision? That just shows that the excuses are ready to go with no basis. Well, we have to have an excuse. We need an excuse. Yeah. And then you have all these guys coming out saying, oh, well, you know, Calafiori had he had Salah in his pocket and Madueke had Kirkes on toast. If Madueke had Kirkes on toast, we would have scored. We would have scored, right? Yeah. And then I will finish on this. If you take both halves against United, both halves against Liverpool, and the first half against Leeds, all combined, we've had 5 shots on target. And for these top gooners that love XG, right? The only time we got more shots on target was when Leeds' legs went a bit and their head went, right? If they love their XG, right, which I don't pay attention to, but I'll use it to mud them because they use it all the time. We are second bottom for open play XG, just ahead of Sunderland.
And this is
ahead of us,
bro. And this is a so-called team. Oh, he only needs a number 9, the missing piece, the missing puzzle. Just before Norski comes in, I've said it before, Ethan Nwaneri is your next Emil Smith-Rowe and Lewis-Skelly is your next Kieran Tierney.
Oh, yep. Listen, you read my mind, my friend. DJB, you read my mind, bro. I was just thinking exactly the same thing. Let me just come in here.
Man.
Now with this new left back, centre back, versatile player coming in. Now, what happens to Miles Lewis-Skelly? Because now he looks like he's now down the pecking order. Yeah, because he's just going to be left out in the cold. That's what's going to happen. Ethan Nwaneri, as you said, DJB, he's going to be the next ESR. That's what's going to happen. You make all this big song and dance about all these signings. Yeah, they like to give you the whole shebang, the big show that, oh yeah, we've signed it, we're a family and all of that. We're not a family. Yeah, behind closed doors. Yeah, we see through all of that. Yeah, we see through all of that. And it's just a shame to see the way our number 9, right, is now being described. I'm getting people phoning me up and saying, you know, that number 9, he's a pub player. This is Arsenal fans. He's a pub player. This guy looks like a pub player. Mikel Arteta has turned Victor Gyökeres into a pub player. A guy that was doing the business in
3 games, Norms.
In 3 games.
Games.
You said, Shane, you said it. You said, Shane, you said it. You said, we've all said it, guys. We said that when this guy comes to the club, watch his goal tally just
fall off a cliff.
Rock bottom. Just fall off a cliff. Literally fall off a cliff. And this is what we're dealing with. Now, Mikel Arteta, you know, I was reading some of the pundits. I said a couple to you, Shane. And I love the one from Schmeichel. We said, I've never wanted a team so much to win as Liverpool when I see the ugly brand of football that this manager is dishing out, right? And you know why he says that? And now people are having a go at him, going at him. But you know why he's saying that? Because he's seen the Arsenal under Wenger. Yeah, he's seen the football that we used to play, right? The progressive football that we used to play. This guy is anti-football. Mikel Arteta is anti-football. You're playing 9 defensive-minded players on the pitch on Sunday. Where's the creativity? Where's the service for Victor Gyokeres? I'm gonna tell you something, right, guys? There's a reason why he's called the cold man. Yeah, there's a reason why. Because, like, in his past life, he used to work on the motorways. I'm telling you this now. He used to work on the motorways. Just hear me out. I'm going to just give you the reasons why. He used to work on the motorways. Right? Actually, as a matter of fact, he's one of the main guys that used to help design and build the motorways. Yeah? If you didn't know that, people, just letting you know, it's a little secret. He used to build motorways. The only problem is those motorways that he builds, there's no service stations on them. Yeah. Listen carefully, guys. I'm talking like Arteta. Yeah, there's no service stations on this motorway. Yeah. You just continue driving, and you never ever get to your destination.
Twilight Zone, man. It's like the Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone, mate.
This find out you just loop back round again. Yeah. You're like, I'm sure I passed that tree 1,000 times. You know?
Let me just
that's what views says.
I recognise that turn off.
What it is. Literally, this guy is just drained the quality out of the players we've got in there. Ed say the big song and dance about this guy coming in and talked about how this guy is free, he's a free spirit. I'm gonna, the way he was talking as if to say, yeah, he's gonna just let him off the hook and do that. What? So we turn up at Liverpool and we see the team sheet, and we was all saying, yep, 2-2, 1-1. Felt good about going there, yeah, because Liverpool were there for the taking, because Liverpool haven't even come out of second gear, right? But you're getting teams like Bournemouth, yeah, you're getting teams that like Newcastle with 10 men, nearly putting them to the sword. So the thing is, now they've got Isak, yeah, they've just added Isak, mate. Yeah, this is when it's going to really start. These guys have not come out of second gear, and they've got 9 points, 3 games out of 3, 9 points. We go up there to try and stink out a draw, right? Who else? Well, obviously, Roy Keane spoke about the same situation, that we only go there to get draws. And the problem with that is if you go and try and get draws, he talked about the Man United game. Yeah, we just got away with that one. We didn't play well. We're not played well in none of the games. Okay, we're not played well in none of the games. We just go there to try and not lose the game. That's what Mikel Arteta has put into these guys, to go to these matches, try not to lose. That's why he's gone. Last season, guys, when Mikel Arteta used to look on that bench, what he would see was loads of left backs. That's what he saw. Lots of left backs, right? And we're saying, where is the creativity going to come off the pitch? Now that he's got creativity, now that he's been given the money, he spent over £1 billion to go up there and only have 1 shot on goal. And you saw Miles Lewis-Skelly, Ethan Wanweri, right? And Eze sitting there, yeah? And you're thinking, these are creativity. Odegaard, yeah, it's supposedly he was injured. You got Max Downham and all these guys. You're telling me you couldn't bring on one of those players? He come out and said, I had no options. I had to play Mikel Moreno. What do you mean you didn't have no options?
There's five attacking on the bench.
He doesn't want them. He doesn't want those options.
That's what it is. But he's saying it. He's saying
victim mentality. But
the thing is, right, Shane, yeah? Tom Cann is not calling this man out, because Tom Cann, I watched this stream this morning. I had to go to the Matrix and watch this guy. It was painful. Yeah, it was painful. But he was calling him out. I'm not going to lie. He was calling him out, but not calling him out. You know what I mean? Because obviously he's got to keep his job. But he asked a question about the midfield being very conservative. No, what you're meant to say is that, why have you got such a defensive thing? Why have you started with 3 defensive-minded players?
That's why I called him out on X. I said to Canton, here's a follow-up question for you after that. Well, what do you mean you didn't have any options? You had Eze, you had Wanweri, you had Miles Lewis-Skelly. That's what I said to him. There's a follow-up question to that. He just gave him, he wouldn't even say why was it so defensive. He even timidly asked the question. Do you know what that's like? That's like when you've really pissed your parents off when you're small and they haven't spoken to you for your day, and you go up and try and talk to them for the first time, and you timidly ask them something. That's what that is. Just come straight out and say it. Follow-up question. Well, what do you mean you only had Marino? Hang on a second, because I saw Eze on the bench, and I saw Wanyeri on the bench, and I saw Lewis Kelly on the bench. Cowards, man.
Yeah. This Normski, this is what you was basically saying then, just on that. And if our midfield was too conservative, listen to the bollocks that comes after it, yeah? That's what we had. All right, okay, cool. Martin Odegaard was injured. All right, so why did he come on then? Why did he come on and not look injured whatsoever? Yeah. If you can play 30 minutes, you can play 90 or 60. I'm sorry. Yeah. Absolute load of bollocks. Kai cannot play nothing we don't already know. But listen to the absolute crap here. Marino is a player that is incredible with what he did there. What did he do? Because the only thing I can remember Marino doing is diving in the air like a fucking sniper just shot him. For no reason, no touch in the penalty box. Aside from that, what did he do? And this makes you laugh even further. We played with 3 attacking players. No, you didn't. Yeah. You played with Madueke and Gyökeres, absolutely starved of service. He's getting skinnier and skinnier by the game because he's starving, absolutely starving. Where's the other attacker? Oh, you mean Martinelli? No, he ain't. He's the most defensive winger on the planet. He's not an attacking left winger. He's a defensive left winger because he can't attack for love nor money. 2 attacking fullbacks. Where were they? What 2 attacking? Timber ain't an attacking fullback. No, neither is Calafiori. He's a centre back. I think it's too easy to say that. Just one paragraph, 3 sentences, and it's a load of bollocks.
His description of Calafiori, you've heard it before in the past. He says he just brings chaos in the box. Yeah. That's all he does. He can't defend left back. He might do it.
He brings chaos in our box as well, don't know.
Yeah. Yeah,
but Timber's weakness, he's going for his attack. That's what he needs to work on.
Yeah.
But he ain't going to improve under this manager going forward. But the problem is with this, right, Aaron, is this is a manager that's been in place all these years, and he's insulting our intelligence. He actually thinks. Well, the problem is because most of the fan base believes all this.
Mm-hmm.
But the real Arsenal fans, like us and in the chat and everyone else watching, right, knows that he's actually insulting our intelligence by coming out with this crap. He's taking the Michael. I'm
going to get into this William Saliba bit just quickly, but big up as well. I forgot to mention as well. Big up to Dan Potts for jumping a few legs. And big up to everyone that's jumped over as well. Big up to Donna Potts in the chat, our superstar lady, first lady as Shane calls her, and deserved title as well. Hope you're well, my dear. Don't forget as well, smash the likes, every single one of you wonderful so-and-sos. It makes a massive difference. And I am only 50-odd away from 2K. So if you can land us a cheeky sub, that'd be brilliant. And if you don't want to do that, that's all well and good. But please, the link is links for all of these guys' channels, DJB, Shane Gooners, and Normski TV is all pinned in the chat. So, if you could do that for us, that'd be unbelievably appreciated. And thank you all very much for watching so far. But listen, we got this on William Saliba's fitness. I text Matty, the Southern Gooner, big up to that legend as well. Give him a cheeky sub and all if you haven't. I text him straight away after that Saliba injury. And I sent to him, word for word, I have never seen an Arsenal substitution so quick in my life. I was like, the second William Saliba went down, Mosquera, the camera almost panned to him in the stands, didn't it?
Yeah.
And he's got all his jacket. He's already suited and booted for the game. I thought, they knew that. They knew that then. They knew he was injured. I sent to Matty. I was like, they've sent him out there, William Saliba, totally injured. And they've seen him go down and Mosquera gone, right, yep, go on out, boy. How can you do that? And this is exactly the perfect example, right? This is the perfect example why when our side of the fence are saying to you guys, we're saying this manager is ruining players' careers. He's overplaying them. He's doing this. He's doing that. And we've got a list longer than your arm of how many players that this guy has absolutely destroyed or destroying or ruined, depending on what past tense, present tense you want to use. This is exactly set and match. And I'm actually surprised he came out and admitted it, to be fair. He twisted his ankle during the warm-up. There you go. Why are you playing him then? This is Bill Saliba. This ain't Port Vale where you've sent out your 4th, 5th choice centre back. And unfortunately, he wanted to give him minutes, but it ain't quite worked for him. He's also right next to Gabriel Magalhaes, who, by the way, has come back from another grade 3 hamstring tear, and you ain't give him a rest since he's been back. He's had no rest. He's had no time really to come back and play. You've gone 90 minutes against Manchester United, 90 against Leeds. He's going to break down. And I don't know the extent of William Saliba's injury, by the way. Maybe someone in the chat does. Maybe someone on the panel does. But this ain't good. You cannot keep treating players like this. He twisted his ankle in the warm-up. So 3 minutes. What about if he's out for 4 weeks now? What about if he's out for 4 weeks? Why do we
he's got out there and made it worse. He's got out there. He's playing on it. He's made it worse.
He is.
Straight away, as soon as you do that, you say, right, Mosquera, get on. You're not coming on. As Shane rightly said, right? With what's the name? It's just crazy how this guy thinks. Literally chucking Partey on the pitch. Yeah? We've seen it. With players that are injured, right? And he's chucking them on the pitch, literally, physically.
Like he done Timber at the end. Numsky, like he done Timber at the end. Did you see Timber at the end? Because he made all the subs he had to play. But Timber's injured as well now.
Yeah, and Ben White's injured as well. So Mosquera will be our right back cover, but now we need centre back cover, and they're all about injuries. And the thing that people are saying, and Aaron touched on it there about, well, at least he admitted it. The only reason he admitted that Saliba got injured in the warm up was because there'll be footage of it. Either the Sky cameras will catch it, or someone in the crowd will be filming it, and it'll come out. He knows that. He's an narcissist. He knows there's no way that it wasn't seen, because the footage is out now of the physio with Saliba with his arm around him, limping off the pitch before the match. Right, so he knew it was going to come out. Otherwise, he would have buried that. Then he said, right, well, I can't blame myself, so I'll blame Saliba. I'll say Saliba wanted to go back on. And everybody just sits there and ignores it. It's crazy. It's crazy how he gets away with this stuff. It really is. But it's all going to come crashing down around him. It just takes one person to step forward in the media and say it, and then they'll all follow suit like the cowards that they are. You know what I mean? That's all it takes. But you watch him in these press conferences, and like I said, this wasn't even a long press conference. He managed to lie a couple of times. He managed to throw people under the bus. Yep,
that's why I highlighted what you said earlier, Shane. Isn't it? Thank God we had Mosquera, which made his first game in the Premier League, his debut.
And he doubles down. Then he doubles down and says debut. Yeah. Crazy.
It's ridiculous. Did you know what as well? I think I said this to you yesterday, or I said it to someone on Leeds, and we was bringing this up, and you were saying about his debut, which he obviously made against Leeds. It's not like he made his debut 5 years ago. He made it like 5-6 days ago. Exactly. So how can you forget that? Oh, no, obviously the point is that he hasn't forgot that. He's just lying. He's lying.
It's like a blatant lie, but it's also intermixed with convenience. It's like a convenient lie. You know what I mean? So I'll just say it, and if nobody notices, then great. So he just sort of says it, and then everybody just believes it. That's what it is. But it's a blatant lie, and that's why you have to check his press conferences out and call him out on everything, and that's what we're doing tonight. Yeah, we have to call him out on these things.
Yeah, and he's got he's got no what's it? I mean, I'll give you an example. I mean, Glasner of Crystal Palace threatened to walk away from the football club if they sold it because they never got a replacement for Gahey. Yeah. He threatened to walk away from the foottle club.
Proper manager, that, isn't it?
Proper manager.
I like that. I do.
Yeah,
put your foot down.
You ain't got a replacement. Yeah. If you sell Gahey, I'm walking. You need a new manager, and this guy's just won on the FA Cup. Our manager has had all the backing from the board, by the way, over £1 billion, fouls, and he still won't walk away.
The thing is, Bayer Leverkusen, top club, they know a fraud when they see one, right? They know a fraud when they saw one, and the guy has done 3 matches, coached 3 matches, this and that. Now we've seen enough. Ta-ta, see you later. 6 years on with this manager. 6 years on with this manager, and you've got rose Arteta tinted glasses on. These are what these guys are on. They can't see it. They can't see what this guy is doing to the club. Systematically ripping this club apart. Mediocrity FC. That's what it is. That's the mentality of this club and the fan base.
It's so poor. It's so poor, isn't it, Norms? I mean, you look at this as well. Let's go on this. If he thought the game plan worked well, the same game plan he implements every 38 games in the Premier League. We didn't do our game plan to frustrate them. What a steaming pile of shit that is.
Also, they didn't ask that, Aaron. So he wanted to say that. He wanted to say it. They didn't even ask that. He just had it in the holster. We did it to win, apparently. All right, why hasn't it worked in all the last games then you've played away at Anfield and away at the Etihad? Why don't it work? Because you don't go there to win, and you do go there to frustrate them.
Look at the next line.
Yeah, I think we elevated the game and the dominance to a point that they had to raise it.
We had one shot. One shot. One shot. Where's he getting this dominance from? Where's he getting the buzzword dominance when we've had one shot and a striker has not had one shot all game.
Right.
No
and
chances, no nothing apart from a yellow card. That's it.
And the mutant channels are saying the same thing, exact same thing, that we dominated. You know, you had people losing their mind, on certain channels, totally losing their minds because guys were speaking facts and they didn't like it. They don't like when you attack Arteta. They don't like it, so they got to lose their mind.
I was hearing Nolsky and Aaron and Shane. I was hearing on certain channels, right, that no team has gone to Anfield and absolutely bossed the game and frustrated them like Arsenal had. We was in total control. There's not many teams that go to Anfield and have total control. Do you honestly think Liverpool was bothered by Arsenal's tactics?
No.
Van Dijk and I,
they were
was saying, well, coming in. They was like, they were saying, well, coming in, what you got? Yeah, sorted that out.
Yeah, this is this bit as well. This is why I highlighted it. No margins. There was no margins in the game. Granted, 60 to 78th minute by that point, purely because both teams are absolutely shocking.
Rubbish. Yeah.
Both teams were shocking, and that's what the frustration comes from. The likes of us, the likes of you in the chat, is because we knew before the game and before the lineup that Liverpool might be there for the taking, and we see that, and the proof is in the pudding. The 60 to 78th minute and everything, all the minutes that came before it. They were there for the taking if we attacked the game, and we didn't. We shit our bed again. Right. That's what he done.
And that's the thing. He didn't make the in-game management at that point. At that point, you're thinking, okay, bring on Eze, bring on whatever. Yeah, you're not making changes to try and affect the game. Literally, you're not making changes. And the thing is, what happens? The only time we react is when we go a goal behind, because we've played that negative football. Soon as we go a goal behind on the 83rd minute, what do? We up our game, and then we start attacking. And what we do, because he's so naive, he's telling people just throw everything at it, long balls, throw-ins, you name it, we're just going to go. And what happens? Liverpool, best counting pressing team in the league, under Klopp, under this guy, right? Nick that ball, they're gone because we are too open. We saw that against Villarreal at the Emirates, in the Emirates Cup, or wherever it was. We're too open. So teams that can attack us, we're playing Nottingham Forest in a couple of weeks' time, right? They're going to come. You think that? They're going to come to the Emirates. If the Villarreal can do that to us, and Nottingham Forest is the best counter-attacking team in the country, we better watch out, bro. That's what I'm saying. Watch out.
Yeah.
But the thing is, do you know the annoying thing about it is, now the dust has settled on this game, the worrying thing is, Aaron and Shane and everything else, is that we know what's coming for the rest of the season. That's the annoying thing. It ain't just about this game. This game's just kind of highlighted, and we're sitting here thinking, here we go again. Here we go again. It's the same old. You've got nothing to look forward to under this manager, because you know it's going to happen again. You know he's going to go away from home, and you know he's going to play like this again. You know he's going to set up like this again. You know that Eze's going to be on the bench at certain games. And it's just, and there's going to be more injuries. And it's just, it's just wearing.
It's non-stop.
Absolutely.
It's non-stop. Do you know what always reminds me of? Like a little phrase that Ivan Gazidis coined back in his days: a catalyst for change. Do you remember he said all that nonsense? And I thought to myself, Mikel Arteta, in which you'd surely think would be his last hurrah this season, win or go. You'd please just like to hope, wouldn't you? And you sit there and just thought to myself, well, if there's going to be any catalyst for any change in Mikel Arteta, it's got to be this season. And it's got to be probably in terms of the football that he's playing and the way he goes about the game. You know, I could have taken a 1-0 loss. I could have probably, even dare I say it, taken a 2-0 loss if we went out there and just absolutely went for him and just went, do you know what? Like, it was an end-to-end game. We went there, we gave it a go, we played good football. We outplayed, instead of just it being a fine margins game because both teams were shit, going out there and going, do you know what? We gave everything. We outplayed them for large moments. We just done everything but stick the ball in. Yeah, and we lost 2-0. Sometimes shit happens. Sometimes you do dominate a game away from home. You get hit on the break once and a free kick goes in. I'd have at least gone, fair dues, Arteta. From moving forward, We won't do that. If we play like that, and this would have been obviously in my hypothetical scenario, if we batter Liverpool but lose 2-0, but we play like that in the other 35 games, we'll probably win a lot of football games. And I'll be sitting there thinking, wow, this is okay going forward. But it ain't. He hasn't changed. And this is the thing with Mikel Arteta. He knows now that he needed to go and revert back to a similar-esque style of 22-23 football. And he hasn't done that. He's done exactly the same thing. And that goes back to the same thing I've always said time and time over again. This manager either doesn't learn or takes too long to learn. And we just haven't got any time. This is his 7th season under this football club. He's the second longest serving manager in the Premier League. For a club, like he's not in existence anymore. You know, this is it's now or never. Is you're factoring in that, and you're factoring in £1 billion, 300 spent this summer. I'm sorry, it's just now or never. And the thing is, I'm thinking, all right, Mikel Arteta, just roll the dice. That's what I would do if I was on my last legs and what I was doing weren't working. I'd roll the dice and go, do you know what? Fuck it. If we're gonna go out, we'll go out with a bang. But Mikel Arteta's going out with a fucking whimper again. He's going out with a whimper. He's just gone, well, we'll just do the same thing as we did last season and the season before. Because that fucking worked so well, didn't it? And it was upsetting to just see Arsenal now because it wasn't just that result. It was the fact that I'm going to be resigned to watching this shit for another 35 Premier League games if he stays that course. That's what's the most depressing thing about it. Not just the 1-0 loss, but just being resigned to the fact that this is the shit I'm going to be imprisoned with throughout the rest of the season yet again. It's so frustrating.
And the thing is, the more noise that, comes, in terms of how we are seeing the way this guy, especially, I mean, he's obviously he's not going to listen to us, but obviously those pundits are out there that are calling him out. Yeah, is the more he's going to dig his heels in because he's stubborn like that. He's narcissistic in terms of how he views football. He views himself as the protagonist. He has to be all about him. You can't have Eze coming on and taking my shine. You know what I mean? And this is what it is. And then he throws him under the Eze. He calls him. I mean, he couldn't even be subtle about the thing. Eze had the one-on-one. So what about Kai Havertz and all those chances? And people talking about we missed our best attack. We had our best attacking players missing for this game. Havertz couldn't lace Eze's boots. So just behave. And
you know what it is, Norms? When he said that, if it was Havertz, he would have said Koi. He would have said Koi, but he says Eze. He says his surname. He says it when he's referring to him like he's just another player. When it's one of his people, he says Gabby, or he says Koi, or he says he uses their first name.
Yeah,
it's already
that's a fact, mate. That's a fact. Big up the Kyle Walsh Gunner in the building as well. I'll get them 2 supers after, but I wanted to read this from Kyle. Who's an absolute legend. And please, everyone as well, don't forget, smash the likes on this on this channel. Smash the likes and give us a cheeky sub. We're nearly at 2K. All the guys' links are in there. And same as Kyle Walsh. He's got a channel. So go and make sure you go sub to Kyle Walsh as well. And the geezer's saying, first time for him, of course, he's talking from, in 40 years. I hated the thought of the new season. You're not alone, brother. Not feeling excited. I think it was right. This is the worst football I have ever seen at the Arsenal in 40 years. He's not saying 4 years or 40 months. 40 years. And I don't think you could argue with a geezer. It's very, very, very hard to find an argument against what Kyle Walsh has just said there. Because it's just been absolutely atrocious. And it links on to a point that Gianni's going to make in 2 seconds. But first off, I just wanted to say big up Joseph Connor Golden as well. You absolutely
big up the geezer. Golden man.
Big up Golden. Big up to the Golden Connor. Big up to the Golden Joe. He's saying Aaron and panel. Yeah, Madueke, the only player that tried. And to be fair, that's a fair point. In terms of attacking, he was the only player that looked. That's not to say he was brilliant, but at least he was trying something. So I suppose in some sort of way, fair dues to him. And big up to Gianni as well, our geezer. And the same to everyone in the chat. Gianni's just got his new football channel as well, at Gianni Talks Calcio TV. Make sure you're giving the geezer. Yeah, make sure you're giving the geezer some love and go and sub over to the brother. And he's saying, and this is a fact, by the way, only Chelsea mostly during Abramovich, of course, and Inter Milan. And look at the years he's stretching from 1994 to 2013 have spent over £1 billion and played defensive football. And this is the real fact of what he's saying right now. The difference is, ladies and gentlemen, the trophy cabinet. Arteta will never reach those levels. Sack him immediately. Or I don't know. I want one of you boys to come in after this as well, because I want to talk about this just briefly as well. He's absolutely right, isn't he? All of this money spent, so we'd be third in that bracket then, presumably, playing defensive football, the trophy cabinet that Inter Milan, and of course Chelsea under Roman Abramovich, the most successful team in England over the 2 decades, really. They were under Abramovich. What we doing here? This is the exact point there, isn't it? You can play football, not very pleasing on the eye, but as long as you're winning trophies, you almost don't really care because you can handle that. If I said to you, DJB, look, we're going to win the league at the end of the year, but 30 of the 38 games ain't going to be pretty, mate, you'd take it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd take
it. An end product. That's what I said. George Graham had an end product with some of the tactics he used to use. There was an end product, and you knew what he was doing, and you knew it'd pay off because he was playing players in the right position, and he was playing players to their best of their ability. And after George Graham's players that he signed throughout the years hardly cost any money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of these fans would be turning their nose up at some of the players that George Graham signed. But he had a system. This guy's got no end product. He tries different things.
But DJ B, it's not only that, it's a mental fortitude that this George Graham has set these guys. Because you don't go to Anfield, right? The famous 1980, you think Mikel Arteta had to go to Anfield and do what George Graham did?
No chance.
No chance.
No chance.
No chance.
Not a chance.
He should never even be mentioned in the same breath.
I keep Normski, I keep saying it. Regardless of the players we have signed this season, George Graham, Arsene Wenger, I'm not even naming I'm not even naming the present managers here. I'm naming past managers. Yeah. George Graham, Arsene Wenger, Jose Mourinho, all of these managers with the team we had last season would have won a trophy.
Yeah.
Would have won a trophy.
All of those.
Capello, the Tinkerman, the one that got Leicester the title. They'd have won a trophy.
Do you know what it is when you're talking about like the terrible football, and then people keep saying, well, George Graham played terrible football. But let's get it right. He had Alan Smith get the Golden Boot twice. He had Ian Wright get the Golden Boot. So we had top scorers in the league. He had Paul Merson. He had Kevin Campbell. It's very hard to play defensive football. And I saw an interview with Tony Adams before, and he said that they played more progressive football under George Graham than Arsene Wenger because the line was so high. He said we were in the other team's half all the time. That's why we got so many offsides. We were always in the other team's half. It's just because the defense was so good that we got questioned for going forward. Yes, the football wasn't great all the time, but from the late 80s up until 93, 94, it was fine. It was fine. It was good a lot of the time. And if you look at the cup runs we had in Europe, we put 7 past Standard Liège. We put 3 past one of the most stacked Sampdoria teams you've ever seen over 2 legs. So I'm not going to hear it, man. I'm not going to hear it because there was end product. And we went away to big grounds and won all the time. All the time. When the chips were down, we won every single time.
Yeah. But this is a quote. This is a quote from Manu Petit today, TalkSport.
Yeah.
Petit finds the current Arsenal team's playing boring because it's overly complicated and lacking the movement and passing he saw a few years ago. Yeah. To win titles, Petit believes Arsenal needs to be more direct, less focused on not to lose, tactics highlighting the need for decisive play in the final third. How can you have decisive play in the final third when you've got Eze, Wanyeri, Dowman, and all that on the bench? So Petit says it as it is.
Yeah. That basically says when they get into the final third, let the attackers do what they do best. Stop telling them what to do.
Any money. Watch this space, Shane, because you watch
out. Oh, he's getting dead threats. He's getting dead threats now.
Right. he'll be the next Arsenal legend that gets slated by.
Oh, Igal will go for it because Igal's got more traction than ever now going for legends. Fucking Randy Orton, the legend killer, man. That's why he's getting.
That's why the likes of
traction from
Patel
that.
can't get anywhere near the Emirates. That's why you know what I mean.
It's sad, isn't it?
What?
It's so sad. It is pathetic. That's what I said when I was on Pots's. I think it was last week.
It's heartbreaking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
You know, when me and you were talking to him, when it was on Pots's, wasn't it, last week?
Yeah.
When he was sort of come out and he said his sort of spiel like that, I had to open with something on the lines of, it's a dark day, not just for Arsenal fans or football fans, but humanity. When we're just coming out and doing this, the disrespect, the just ridiculousness of it all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, these are legends of the club. I'm not saying they should be worshipped like gods, but they certainly should be spoke to or treated like shit. Absolutely not. Thank you, Shane. It's disrespectful. It's disgraceful. It's pathetic.
Well, he got traction.
It's embarrassing.
He got traction off the Wenger thing. Then he went, oh God, okay, well, I'm getting traction off that. I'll do Adams. I'm getting traction off that. I'll do Paul Merson now. You know what I mean? That's what he does.
Yeah,
and we were doing the old school show, me, DJB, and Kenny and Jez. And Kenny was talking about what he said about Merson and stuff like that. He got quite emotional, DJ, didn't he? Kenny was really wound up about it. Really wound up about it.
Yeah.
But the difference is, and they say, oh well, you don't agree with Keown and you don't agree. Yeah, but we don't make it a short about them and say this prick, this guy, he knows nothing, don't talk about my club and all that. And the thing is, when he was saying this about Paul Merson and he's prattling on about it, he goes, oh, you know, he shouldn't say we because he supported Chelsea. Well, Declan Rice supported Chelsea. Can he say we when he's talking about Arsenal? Can he say we when he's... That's what I put in the chat. I said, Igal, Paul Merson's more of an Arsenal fan than you will ever be. I don't consider him an Arsenal fan, by the way. I think he's just like a terrible actor that's realised he can get traction. Even when he's giving out, when he's having one of his rants, you can see it's fake. But the thing is, with him, and all of them like him, where they're saying legends and things like that. For me, you lose your supporter card straight away with me. And they can't change my mind about that because that's my feeling. In my mind, you're not a fan anymore. You can tell the world you are, and other people might agree that you are, but to me, you're not. You're not. You're just not an Arsenal fan anymore. You can't do it. I don't agree with Keown. I don't agree with Parler.
No.
But I've always said that my disdain for the way they back this manager, and they're on an agenda as well, by the way, because they're getting access and money and stuff like that.
That's what I was just gonna say.
That's like a grain of salt, a grain of sand on a beach, and the rest of the beach is the respect I have for them as a player and as legends of the club. That's just one little blot in the copybook. And if I met Ray Parler on the street, if I met Keown on the street, if I met any Ian Wright on the street, I'd just go, "You're an absolute legend, mate. You're an absolute legend. Can I shake your hand?" I wouldn't bring up the other stuff because what they did on the pitch, I saw them get blood, sweat, and tears. If they want to earn a bit of money doing it, I don't really respect it, but there's no way I would ever say a bad word. I'll give out about them on a stream. I might say, yeah, I don't like what they're doing, and they've sold their soul. And
that's
stuff fair.
Like that. You got to have criticism like that, Shane, and I think it's fair.
Yeah. But to make a short just aimed at someone and say you can't say we and Wenger this and that. Sorry, mate, you've done that on purpose.
What I said to him is Lee Dixon is a Man City fan. So if he came out and said everything positive about Mikel Arteta, would you come out and say he's a Man City fan?
Do you know where that argument fell on his face, DJB? He didn't know who Lee Dixon was.
His opinions.
He didn't know who Lee Dixon was.
He
didn't know who Lee Dixon was, so.
No, and then he went totally quiet.
Oh,
it's just
Manchester City striker Lee Dixon.
It's just at the end of the day.
Well, that's the thing. If you throw facts at them, he literally just like he can't say anything.
I just think. See, the thing is as well. What worries me at the moment, guys, as well, and I've said this time and time again as well. It's the mess this manager is going to leave us in.
Yeah.
And I said this. I said it about a year ago. I said it's not now. I said it's when the new manager comes in, because when the new manager comes in, there's no more money. It's all been spent in this window.
Yeah.
It's all been spent in this window. There's going to be no more money. You're going to have players on high wages. You're going to have contracts running out and sorting out. So if he went at the end of the season, the new manager that's coming in, he's got to sort out contracts. There's going to be players on high wages. There's going to be players that have been riddled with injuries. Yeah, and you're going to have a board that's going to turn around and say, I'm sorry, there's no more money. You've had it all. right?
Yep.
And on top of that, you're going to have a fan base because he's not Arteta, and he's going to be laying down the law and going to these people that get in the press conferences. Sorry, I don't want him in here. I don't want him in there. I don't want this guy in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all going to turn against him. So he's going to have the majority of the fan base against him as well. So it's just, honestly.
And let me ask this, lads.
He's going to put us back. I'll land on this. This manager, if he stays in this job another season, he's going to put us back 5 years. 100%.
Oh, easily. I said that just the other day, actually. Yeah, that's mad. I put that up on I think it was a tweet or something. But let me ask this, because we're going to need a manager of Eddie Howe proportions, I think, that can get the best out of the players we have and the young players, because we won't be able to sign, like DJB said. So if Glasner was to leave at the end of the season, and Arteta was to leave, would you take him?
I'll take him out now.
Consider he'd know what to do with Eze, he'd know what to do with Yoko. Look what he did to
Shane, I said it on the stream on DJ. I said this Glasner guy, if he had this squad,
you did, you did,
we win something. We win something.
I think he'd be perfect for the squad, because he gets the best of the young players. 100%. Look, Mateta was a laughing stock when he came. He's one of the most devastating strikers in the league.
What are the other guys doing at Brighton? Look at the playing. Can you imagine that young? Can you imagine that young manager with his team?
He's just loaned two players, one to Marseille and one to Chelsea, because they can't get in his team at Brighton, and he's loaning players to bigger teams. Genius.
The Bournemouth manager.
Iriola's brilliant.
Iriola.
For me, if I was to take one of those sort of the middle table guys, but it'd be Glasner, because he's won, and he's won at Frankfurt as well.
Exactly.
And he gets the best out of every player. That's what I look for first in a manager. Gets the best. I always say that about Eddie Howe.
Now they've got their signing. I think they've signed another, who I rate, by the way. I can't pronounce his name, but they've signed someone again today. Tom, you wait till Thomas Frank gets his feet under the table with Spurs.
Who's that? Colin Moani, is that what you're on about?
Yeah, exactly.
On a loan.
Yeah, wait till Thomas Frank feels his feet under. Listen,
three strikers.
I know they slipped up and they weren't very good against Bournemouth, but honestly, trouble is with this football manager, and I've said it time and time again, you can't see any future. That's the thing. You can't see any future, because he keeps getting so many things wrong.
Yeah, and I'm going to make a point after you, D.
When it comes to the big games like Liverpool, although it was early in the season, that was a massive game. That was the opportunity for us to go there and set a marker and go, this is what we're all about this season. We've spent £200 million. We've got our striker. We're going to rock up at Anfield and we're going to show the rest of the Premiership we mean business. And it, once again, it came to a big game and he failed on all levels. Team selection, tactics, in-game management, failed.
When's he not, though, when it comes to the crunch, TGB? When's he not failed?
This is what I'm saying, Shane. It's nothing new. And this is what's frustrating. You can't see any future. There's no future. I can't see it. And
that's why I said it's the lowest I've felt. And people keep saying that. I said it's the worst Arsenal have been. No, it's the lowest I've felt.
I keep saying it. Just why didn't we just start fresh again this season? You've had your time. You've done some good things. You know, there have been some good things under you. But at the end of the day, you've had your time. That's it. And that's what we should have done. But
do you know what, mate?
We've gone backwards.
It segues me lovely, and nicely to what I was just about to say, right? If this manager was to have gone, and listen, Liverpool was a massive, major final audition failed. He fucks it right up massively. That was just a final thing to show you, because you're right, DJB. That Liverpool game was a massive opportunity, not just for him to show all Arsenal fans. It was a fantastic opportunity for him to show the Premier League. Arsenal are serious this season. It was a massive opportunity to show Arne Slot, Pep. Basically, I'm here. Look, we've gone to Liverpool and won. We're 9 for 9. We're here. We're not afraid of going away at these big teams and getting 3 points.
I've got Eze, I've got Gorka. We're here to do business now. You can have your Birch. You can have your fucking you got to fight for this title.
Yeah. You think? Let's flip that in that alternate universe that we're never going to see under this prick of a manager, right? So if we'd have gone there and won 1-0 and played very well, which wasn't a million miles away from reality, considering how poor Liverpool were for 60, 70 minutes. Would have gone there 1-1-0. Look at the difference in tone. Look at what that would have sent to the Premier League. Look at what the pundits would have been saying. Look at what we would have been saying. Look at what the players behind the scenes would have felt. Look at what the other team's players would have felt. They would have gone, yeah, Arsenal were proper this season, didn't they? Everyone would have, across the board, whether you're toxic positive, toxic negative, it doesn't matter. Everyone would have gone, wow, I think Arsenal mean a bit of business this season. Wow, we've got to look out for them. The whole outlook changes. But what we've seen was in foul that final edition again, where you go, yeah, Arsenal ain't. Everyone across the board, apart from the MIKEL Arteta simps, all of them apart from the Arteta simps, are basically going, yep, same old Arsenal again. Yep, they'll probably finish second or third this season or whatever. Yeah. Everyone's now thinking you can't take them seriously because they're doing the same things over and over and over again. Normski's background, and it hasn't worked. If you're doing the same things over and over and constantly winning, don't change. Don't fix something that ain't broken, but you're not winning. You've got and I always say this as a phrase: finishing second place, you don't get a silver medal. It's not the fucking Olympics. It's not the Olympics. You don't get anything for finishing second. You get, other than your little comfort blanket of, oh yeah, but you know, he picked us up from 11th place. What a load of old tosh. Look at where he took us from. He put us there. He put us there. Never managed to previously finish.
And the problem is, Aaron, the problem is, Shane and Norms, if the fans can see it where we've not put a marker down and made an impact, the other managers now, like your Potters and all that, that's done a job on Arteta many a times, all the other football managers are going, oh, they've not changed. We'll rock up with the Emirates. We'll frustrate them.
They're even worse, DJ.
They're no threat. They're no threat. So if the fans can see it, that we haven't changed, second again, ole. The managers of the other football teams are now thinking...
we ain't getting second either. We ain't getting second. We've fallen off. We've gotten even worse.
Oh, yeah,
and the thing is,
second,
you can hand him all of these players. Me and DJB said it over and over again this summer. You can give him prime R9, prime Messi, prime Ronaldo. If you play these tactics, you ain't winning jack shit. And I referred it the other day to, I said, if you can get the best tradesmen in the world-renowned tradesmen, best plumbers, best everything, and you're going to build a house, and you get a foreman who doesn't know what he's doing. And he goes, oh, guys, well, you plumber, you do the electrics, and the electrician, you do the plumbing. And, you know, it's going to be a disaster, right? You can give him all of the best people in the world. If he doesn't know what he's doing, he's going to mess it up. And I got sent a message, oh, what the fuck are you talking about? Because on my stream, I said, in the week leading up to the Liverpool match, I said that I would almost rather us lose 3-2 the way Newcastle did than stink out a 0-0 draw and have no shots on target, right? Because it would mean that he has learned from his mistakes. And in the long term, it's better. And the most people in the chat got it, but there was a couple that couldn't get their head around. And I said, this isn't just, someone put in the chat just now saying it wasn't just about 3 points. It was about laying down a marker. It was about proving to people like me and you and DJB and Norms that this manager has learned. But then we were on Rashid's and we were talking about in the pre-match thing, and we said everything that we're asking for in this game is stuff that he's never done. So why are we convincing ourselves that he's suddenly going to change after nearly 7 years? He's not going to. And Aaron, you said like that he doesn't learn from his mistakes. He doesn't want to. He intentionally goes against them. It's why he keeps signing Chelsea rejects.
At the detriment of who?
Of the team and of the fans. It's all for him. That's why he keeps signing Chelsea rejects. It's why he keeps putting midfielders at left back when it doesn't work. It's never, ever worked. Zinchenko didn't work. It doesn't work. When Kieran Tierney played there as an overlapping left back, Martinelli was balling out because he had an option. He does the same things. Rice in the 8. Rice in a double pivot in the 6 is in probably the top 8 or 9 in the world, right? In that position. When he's in a double pivot, the way he plays for England, he's a great, great player. In the 8, he's not in the top 20. He's not in the top 30 in the 8. There's so many players that are better than him in that position.
And another thing,
just quickly before you come in, D. Sorry, just quickly. Sorry, D. Just one second. I've got to say big up to El Capitan Lee for the raid. Big up to every single one of you that are here as well. Big up to Potsy as well for the raid. But a decent one tonight. Don't forget every single one of you world-class legends that have popped over to smash a like. We're almost at 100 likes. I'm 40 something away from 2K. So if you could smash a cheeky little sub button with that like on this stream, that would be unbelievable. And if you're not going to do that, or as well as that, make sure you sub to these 3 legends. You've got DJB, Shane Gooner, and Normski as well. Their channels are pinned in the chat. So So come on, man. We're all trying to bring you some great content.
Yeah.
Smash a like and help all of us out, man. Do you know what I mean? Big up to every single one of you in the building, though. Absolute world class so and so's, by the way. But sorry, DJB.
I was just going to say, and me and Shane said it from day one, and I've said it. You can give this. That's why I really don't get excited when these transfers came in, when Eze was signed, when Gyökeres was signed, Zubimendi. I couldn't get excited because I didn't want the manager there. You know, it's like giving a brand new car to someone that can't drive and telling him to go take it on the motorway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't.
You're asking for one thing, aren't you?
You're asking for trouble. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And me and Shane's been saying all these. How many goals do you think Gyökeres? I think was one of the questions when we signed him. And I went, and I was hearing 25, 28, 32, 22, and I went 12, 15 goals. And they looked at me and I went, Gyökeres, 15 goals? And I went, well, yeah, under a different manager, probably 23, 24 goals. Under this manager, you'll be lucky to get 15 goals out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've seen how many touches he's had in the first 3 games of playing for this football club, it's frightening.
Crazy.
He made that goal against Leeds on his own. Up until then, he hardly touched the ball.
The other one was a penalty.
Yeah.
Anfield, he's running around. He's hardly touched the ball. No crosses, no nothing. No supply, no nothing.
You had to wait half an hour to get a touch.
Right?
If he was to get 15 league goals, like you're saying, 5 of them at max will probably be away.
Or from the penalty spot.
Penalty spot or against the smaller teams.
Right?
Against the smaller teams.
But against the smaller clubs.
When they're stretched and they're 3-0 down.
See, but this is another thing that gets me when certain fans come out with these stats about, oh, we're going to win 3-0 and 4-0 and Gyökeres is going to get 20 odd goals. I'm trying to get my head around, well, where's the evidence? What have you seen in this manager that is going to convince you that this striker, the way he plays, is going to get 25 goals? Where's the evidence over the years, over the seasons? Where is it? Where's the evidence that we was going to go to Anfield and beat them 3-4-0?
They don't need evidence, DJ. They don't need evidence. They make ridiculous claims like this, and then they call us negative for pointing out everything that 90% of it ends up happening.
Exactly. Just stop coming out with all this garbage and just look with your eyes and look at the games that you've got. As I said, Aaron, you was there last season.
Yeah.
I can count 5-6 games where I came out the Emirates thinking, God, wow, that was a performance.
Yeah, and 3 of them were probably only half time.
Other than that, it was crap. It was absolutely crap, right? And here we are again, and I said it, and I said it, and I said it. We'll be talking about the same thing a year on, 3 months on, 2 months on. And here we are again. What are we talking about? The same fucking thing. Rinse and repeat. Tactics, in-game management, lack of creativity, lack of goals, lack of scoring opportunities. Here we are again, back to square one. And I tell you,
Bill Murray, innit?
A big wake-up call here. People are saying we've got easy draw in the Champions League. Probably under a different manager, it might have been a nice draw. But under this manager, that draw is effing hard in that Champions League. We'll be lucky to get in the playoffs. Telling you.
Mate, do you know what? Because keeping with the manager. Do you know what? I reckon, well, it'd obviously piss off the Arteta simps, wouldn't it? Because, I mean, like, they'd be doing candlelit vigils outside the Emirates if MIKEL Arteta left or got sacked. They'd all be devastated. But do you know what?
They'd have to have a fucking helpline. They'd have to, like, take
that. Samaritans and all of that. It'd just be all blocked up, wouldn't it? All the helplines. Yeah, you would have to. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But for me, if you was to say, right, look, MIKEL Arteta's out and you're going to get like a Glasner or someone like that who can play expansive football come in the door, do you know what? It feels like a weight would be lifted off my shoulders. Do you know what I mean? It'd reinvigorate me.
Oh, yeah.
I would look at the season. If just say, for argument's sake, now a Glasner or someone esque of that sort of ilk came in, I'll go, do you know what? Right, let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get ready for this season. I'll be tuned back in. I'll be going. I'll be full of a bit of hope again, and that hope, that hope. You know what I mean? You'd be full of it though, wouldn't you? You'd then instantly want to give him a bit more time because it's a new manager. You're going, no worries, come in and do your thing. You know, obviously you'd still have expectations, but you don't want to give that to MIKEL anymore because you know the story, you know how it ends, you've read the book. You know what I mean? The Arteta sexuals, their pages in that book are sticky. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need to get past that. I want to get behind something again. Double pause, and it ain't going to be this manager. It's just not. I want to go at the Emirates and be thinking, wow, cool. Are we actually going to be going there and playing some proper football today? Imagine what change that'd be if you was DJB. We go every single week, mate. Every single home game. It's a fucking chore. We had no football for 3 months, right? No football for 3 months. And my first thought waking up Saturday, going to Leeds at home was, what's the fucking traffic stand? Oh, I hope it ain't a long one. I weren't looking forward to it. All right, we won 5-0. Whoop-de-doo. But the point that I'm making isn't the result at the end of the game. It's how I felt. And we got Nottingham Forest, and I'm just like, oh, well, here we go. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I want to go to Arsenal again with a bit of belief. A bit of encouragement that the manager that is going to be playing football how I believe is going to be the right way, and not only that, getting results, not scared to go away to big teams and stand toe to toe with them. You know, they're like a boxer in the ring, just running away from the opponent. That's what we are.
Aaron, I've said it time and time again. What I wanted was a new sporting director coming in, which we got, an injection of cash, which we got to buy new players. And I said, the only missing link now is a new manager. If you'd have given me a new manager, sporting director, with a pot full of money, I'd be absolutely buzzing. But the point of the matter is, I've been turning around to people and saying, I'd have rather a new manager than Gyökeres and Eze.
Yep. We said no signings and a new manager.
I'd have rather.
Yeah. That's a 10 out of 10.
No,
window.
we did say that. We said we'd take if that was the choice.
Do you remember, Shane? I remember turning around and saying, give him nothing. Don't let him coach his way out of it. Let's see how good a coach he actually is. Give him absolutely nothing to spend. And then there was a part of me telling him, we'll give him everything. And then if he fails, there's no excuses. But the excuses are still there.
Injuries
are still there.
He started with the injuries.
So the excuses are still there. So that hasn't worked. Nothing new there. So my next point of phase is, as I said, I would have rather have had no signings. If someone had said to me, what do you want? Gyökeres, Eze, Zubimendi, Madueke, Mosquera, I'd go, right, you can bin all them players. Let Eze stay at Palace. Just give me a new manager. Give me a new manager.
But you know what's funny, Darren? You touched on something there where you said that it'd be a weight off your shoulders. It's really funny you said that. I was talking to my missus yesterday after the match, and I said, you know what? When he goes, it will feel like a physical weight gone off me. And I was telling my chat the last couple of days.
Breathe again.
I said, you need to see me when Arsenal are going well or when I'm behind Arsenal. I said, I'm insufferable. And one of my mates today texted me and said, oh, you must be happy with that transfer window. And I said, we're not getting top 3, mate. And he said, oh, for fuck's sake. He said, what's wrong with you now, sort of thing. And I said, well, I laid it all out for him. And then he started going, yeah, you know, he's trying to take a pop at me. And I was just agreeing with everything he said. He was trying to take a pop at Arsenal. And he was like, this is no fun, man. You know what I mean? You're because I'm normally insufferable saying we're going to win the league. We're going to, you know, I'm normally right behind the team, but it's just gone now because of this manager. But this is the thing. And I've said this before. Imagine a new manager like Glasner who knows how to use attacking players came in, right? And he went into his first training session and he goes, look at my fucking midfield, man. I've got Wanyeri, I've got Lewis Skelly, I've got Eze, I've got, you know, Declan Rice, I've got Zubimendi. But this manager doesn't see it that way. He goes, well, I'm not playing Wanyeri there. I don't trust him. I'm not playing Lewis Skelly there because I've made him a left back. I'm only playing Rice, Zubimendi, and Odegaard because they're the only 3 I trust. A new manager, everything's a clean slate. Even Martinelli might start getting a fucking song. He probably goes, stop tracking back as much, mate. Stop tracking back as much. You're fine. You know, you don't need to do that. Saka, take more time. Get better. I want you back to your best. You know, Gyökeres, I am going to play Wanyeri and Eze behind you. And they're going to feed you when we're at home to small teams or even mid-table teams, even top teams. I'm going to play them and I'll play Rice this game and I'll play Zubimendi the next. And, you know, I'll have 2 attacking midfielders feeding you and then you can drop out the wing. And it would just be it could be a completely different story. But we have to always, Like I'm going to start a new show now where the night before each game, I'll go through picking the teams and stuff like that, right? But what I'll do is I'll pick the Arsenal team that I think should line up against who we're playing, and then I'll just pick Arteta's team. And I guarantee you, if I know who's injured and who's not, I'll never be far than one player off. I'll have most of them, right? He's not going to spring a surprise. The only time it changes is when someone's injured. And this is why when we were on panels and stuff like that all through the summer, and people kept saying, the top gooners were saying, oh, we go about the injuries. Well, what was he meant to do? He had a tiny squad. That was the first time. What are they talking about? 22, 23, he had a huge squad. He just didn't use them. He didn't use them, and he's doing it again. He doesn't use them. He has all these options there.
We had one player out against Man United in the FA Cup. We had no injury. We didn't have any
none of that. We had lost the league before the injuries, DJ. We had lost the league before the injuries. We were 7 or 8 points behind when the injury started. Exactly. And every time we got an injury to a Saka or an Odegaard, one of them came back. It wasn't like Tottenham, who had 3 of their first choice defenders out and their goalkeeper for 1 or 2 months at the same time. Imagine we had Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, and Raya out for a month and a half.
Yeah, but the way they spun it was that they were all out at the same time. That was the narrative that Shaki.
Arteta said in the press conference, "Oh, we haven't had Ben White all season. He played the first 3 months."
Yeah,
I've just given him the time though. This is what I'm saying. The trouble is, I've been patient, guys. As I said, 50 years of supporting this football club and going through all what I've gone through with different managers. I gave him time. He came in. He won the FA Cup. There was a season where we were playing some good football. Okay, we bottled the league, but we was playing some good football. And I'm thinking, okay, perhaps being a little bit harsh. I still wanted him gone by then, but I was thinking, well,
okay.
I was kind of sitting on the fence a little bit, I've given him time. I've trusted the process. I've gone through phases. I've been patient. I've now run out. I've run out of patience. I just got no more. I've got nothing left in me.
Yeah.
If he proves me wrong at the end of the season, wins the title, does something magical in the Champions League, I'll hold my hands up and go, do you know what? Thank God. I was wrong.
Still hasn't proved me wrong if he wins the league, because we should have won the league 2 of the last 3 years.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make everything right. But I just told me, I'd go, well, okay, we've won the league, and I'll be happy, and we go on the parade, and I'll go missing for about 3 weeks or something, But like at the end of the day, no. But you know what I'm saying. But
I do. Yeah. I mean, I'm no stranger to going on a little weekend bender. Do you know what I mean? And not coming home. But well, now I've got kids. It's a bit different. But
what I'm trying to say is, I just
go for 4 days.
I can't see it. I can't see it. You know what I mean? What I'm saying here, I've not been all bitter and twisted from day one. I have given him. People think, oh, you didn't. No, I was different from day one. I was trying to think, well, okay, because you're an Arsenal fan and everything else, you're trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. That very, very quickly wore thin, and now I just want him gone. I just want him gone.
Yeah. But that comment there is great. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's just one I've got up, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, no, just about the number 10s he's watched in Bergkamp, Cesc, Van Persie, Ozil, Cazorla,
yeah, look
Sanchez.
at that. Look at that.
Right, and now we're playing with Marino in the 10.
This is where we're at.
This leads nicely to the Eze thing. One of the reasons I knew for a fact that Eze wouldn't play in the 10, right? And I knew for a fact that he wouldn't play in the 10, because in his head, he's thinking, like, Liverpool, big game. If he balls out, if he ends up banging in a free kick or plays a great through pass to Gyökeres and he gets man of the match and we win, how do I bring Odegaard back into the team? And people will say, oh, but that's crazy. He's not. People seem to think because he's a football manager, because you see him on the telly, that he can't be a fucking psychopath. But we've seen through history that loads of famous people are lunatics, man. You know what I mean? You don't know what he does. His head works that way. He is a narcissist. His head works that way. He does think, well, how will this affect me? How will this affect me? And if I have to drop Odegaard, that means I have to drop my captain. That means I was wrong about Odegaard and I was wrong about giving him the captaincy. And then I have to explain myself. And there's no way I'm doing that. So I ain't risking it. I'll put Marino there. This is what it's all about. Yes, yeah, that's spot on as well, man.
Yeah, Matthew, boss, 100%.
If you can't play attacking football when you've got a great defence, then when can you? I mean, I'll go back to my football days. Our defence was absolutely brilliant in the league. All right, I know it was non-league, but It was absolutely brilliant. And the attacking football, the attackers could play because they knew they had a good defence behind them.
Wenger in 97, 98.
Wenger, yeah, look at Wenger's teams. You could play with freedom.
I mean, to be fair, our last 3 were title winning teams had very good defence.
There's another good
with
there.
good CDM.
Eze threatens the process. Yeah, he does, which is what Shane just said. If Eze balls out in the 10, he's got a problem now. What do I do with Odegaard?
The problem he doesn't want. Same with Wanyeri. That's why Wanyeri didn't come in when Odegaard was out. When Saka was out, he was fine out.
And it is how he thinks. This is how this manager thinks. This is
every
his
time.
psyche. This is his psyche.
Mourinho has a bit of that in him as well.
Shane, any decent sports psychologist that would watch Arteta on a weekly and daily basis would tap into him. And some of our comments, they would turn around and go, do you know what?
You're spot on.
You're spot on.
Yeah. I've said before that people that teach psych courses and teach, up and coming psychiatrists, they should show one of his press conferences as a way to, and I'm not even trying to be funny, as a way to explain a narcissist, how a narcissist thinks. Look at the way he lies here. Look at, this is why he puts this lie in. This is why he says it's Mascara's debut, because it adds a bit of dramatic effect. And the subtext of what he's saying is, look at my tin squad. I had to throw someone in for their debut at Anfield.
Makes you look away from the bigger problem, isn't it?
Look away from the fact that he played an injured player.
Yeah. Like a magician, isn't it? With a sleight of hand. That's what he is. MIKEL the magician.
It makes you look at the hot lady beside him when he's actually pulling something out of his sleeve. Look at her rack.
Eze will not play in a 10 under this manager. Whenever Eze plays, it'll be on the left.
Yeah.
Because he's got it in his head that Eze's a left winger.
Do you know what, DJ? Unless we go on, like if we drop like 8 points off the top before Christmas, and there's all this talk in the press that he might get sacked, then he'll do it. Then he'll throw it. Then he'll go against everything.
Yeah, I said Christmas.
But again,
but
the only way I see him doing it is he'll start Odegaard. We won't get a goal. He'll take Odegaard off, push, and Eze will be able to left. He'll push him into the 10 then and bring on a Madueke or something like that. And that way he didn't start them in the 10 and we can win the game. And he never really played him in the 10. Just Odegaard was a bit tired and he had to push him across. That's it. People think we're crazy talking like that, but this is how his mind works, man. It's how his mind works. I write for a living. I know how to write psychopaths, and he's a psychopath.
Yeah, he's definitely sounding here. Look, Daniel Uttons sounded a few years ago in his psychology
Big
class.
Up the Uttons, man.
Psychology lecture used him as an example. Yeah, I mean, we definitely listen to that lecture because he knows what he's talking about.
Wow.
He put underneath it, I wish I was fibbing, lying.
There you go. I wasn't even
big up Daniel Uttons, man.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's worrying. And do you know what? I can't find a comment, but I'm sure it was Rob that put it in. When's enough going to be enough? That's the real question.
All year. Aaron,
when is enough going to be enough? Because now we know again. We've already had a few more questions answered than none. Yeah, and by that I mean, and I'll say what I said a second ago. We found out a lot by what MIKEL Arteta done against Liverpool, and that was exactly the same as what we're doing. We found out everything. We knew we know exactly what we're in for, the way we played and everything like that. When is it just gonna be enough? This manager has to go. It's got to go. Just for everything.
Just before you do, DJ, I can't believe Daniel actually said that it was to look at one of his press conferences and do his body language. I didn't even know that had happened. I was just saying that it would be a good way to do it. There you go.
Wow.
And people say that I'm just making this shit up just for a dramatic effect. It actually happened. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. I think we've got to be sort of sitting around, hovering around 6th or 7th in the league, way off it, out of the Champions League, and then players threatening to leave, Saliba not signing contracts, Saka wanting out. It's got to be that catastrophic for him to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's got to be that bad.
I'm sorry, before you finish.
No,
big up to the assembled, yeah. Who's coming with a question? Do you think Arsenal are at the title race already? Well, look, I'll answer this, and if anyone else wants to come in after, they're more than welcome to. I never thought Arsenal would be in the title race this season, so it's quite easy for me to sort of answer that. However, people will then say, well, it is only 3 games in, and then I'll combat that with, but we've been here, seen it, and got the t-shirt, and we don't wear it. It's stuck in the wardrobe. We hate that t-shirt. We've got this, unfortunately. What I sort of would combat that with as well by saying is, do you think the title race out already? in the next month, let's just say by the end of September, because we play 3 more games. We play Nottingham Forest at home, we play Manchester City at home, and then we play Newcastle away. Now, whilst you're asking, I think, a question, I think you're going to get a full house in terms of, I think we are. I don't think we're ever going to be in one. However, for the people that will look at it from a more mathematical sense, and in terms of saying, you know, it's only 3 games and it'd be only 6, I think by then you'll get more rounded Arsenal fan, more sort of whatever, all the Arsenal fans sort of then saying, if we don't have a very good game or a points haul in the next 3 games, let's just say we beat Nottingham Forest, but we draw with Manchester City and lose to Newcastle, then I think you can confidently, everyone would confidently then say Arsenal Football Club are absolutely out the title race. We've got to probably get 7 out of 9 points out of them 3 games to just be in the conversation still. And even then we could be 5 points behind Liverpool still. So we have to get a big points haul in the next few games. Maybe that's a win at home at Manchester City, or win at home against Nottingham Forest, and then a draw away at Newcastle. Then you're like, all right, well, you know, you can sort of semi-understand people wouldn't want to rule you out yet. Start getting 4 points out of the next 3. And that's worrying, because Liverpool, they've got Isak now and they ain't even got out of first gear. They just haven't. And they're not going to get worse from this point. And this is also the frustrating thing as well. We've lost a 6-pointer so early on against a team that are only going to get better. And they've just got Isak through the door.
Yeah.
You know, this is a worrying sort of thing for Arsenal Football Club. They now have to do the business in the next 3 games. I don't know, Norms, you see them?
What does Isak do when he comes to the Emirates? Yeah. Scores.
Turns it on.
Yeah, and that is the problem. I don't think we have the mentality to do it. I don't think, you know, Jamie Carragher came out obviously on X, and he was saying that just to read his quote, he says, it's not only about this game, because it's about the mentality of your manager, and that's the problem, because he's a fan of him, right? But he says Moreno starting Moreno told you straight away about the mindset, and it's about the mindset of the manager himself, which obviously that's projected on the players, and obviously because of that, that's why I don't think we can challenge, because last season we didn't challenge whatsoever. It don't matter whatever Liverpool did in terms of if they dropped points, we didn't what's the name, capitalize on that. We just literally done the same thing basically. Do you know what I mean? So there's the mindset behind it, and the fact that we've seen it all before. You know what I mean? Second place 3 times in a row. We've progressively regressed, and now we're playing even more regressive football under this manager. You know, full time trying to go and challenge now. So I don't see us challenging. And Liverpool have now bought Isak, and as I said, they're playing in second gear, and they're only going to get better from here on in. So
fact.
I agree. I said it from day one. We was never going to be in a title race this season. Pure and simple. When we made the Eze signing, I got my hopes up a little bit, thinking, well, perhaps we might, go a little bit closer. But as I said, there's no evidence to tell me that this manager's got it in him to do the right thing at the right moment, at the right time. Whenever we're in a big game, whenever this guy comes in a big challenge, whenever he has to play and get something from it, he fails. Yeah, we might have our moments in the sun. We might have we beat Leeds 5-0. We might have a game where we go and slap someone away 4-0. I'm not saying we won't get individual games where we won't win.
When the chips are down, though, DJ.
But because we've still got some quality players that can do that. But on a weekly basis, when it matters, when it comes down to consistency and getting those vital points or them vital games that you need, he fails. And it's just, as I said,
miserably.
He is. He's the Spanish Gareth Southgate, isn't he?
Yeah.
Southgate.
And I see, I'm the same as well. I had us in
He's
fifth.
Spanish Gareth Southgate.
I had us in fifth before the season, and I haven't really changed. City have done a rumor now. They're going to go. I still think City are going to go off on one. They haven't started great.
Yeah, I've taken saying that Chelsea will finish above us.
They're guaranteed to finish above us in my eyes, and I still think City will. They only finished 2 points off last season. I think it was Rodri. It was Ruben Diaz that came out and said, "How can we finish 2 points?" I'm paraphrasing, but it was along the lines of, "How can we finish 2 points off Arsenal and we have a terrible season and they had a great season?" You know what I mean? And but there you go. Don't forget, Chelsea will finish ahead of us. City will finish ahead of us.
I'm not writing you off, Chrissy, man. I've just said I've had pelters from it on it and Shane.
Liverpool finish ahead of us. So that's 3, and then there's always one team that comes out of nowhere. But like I said, everything's still the same of what I said at the start of or during the summer. The injuries are going to be worse. I've been proven right on that. They're already falling apart. The injuries are going to be worse. They're all going to be played out of position. He's going to get more stubborn, more desperate. He's going to throw more players under the bus. He's already done it twice in one press conference. That's going to get really bad when you know what a narcissist is like. When things start to fall apart, they throw everybody and their granny under the bus. They'll throw the owners under the bus. Yeah. They'll do it to the wrong person. They'll say something about Bertha or something like that, and they'll pull the trigger. But we're going to be even worse. Yeah, we are worse. As Marie says, we're worse than last season. I think the players. I think he's lost a lot of the players. I think Declan Rice looks fed up playing fucking rugby. You know what I mean? I think Saka's sick of getting injured. Saliba.
You not think he enjoyed the kickoff then? No.
No. I think Timber's sick of getting injured. I think Lewis Skelly's going to kick off soon. You know what I mean? It's all going to fall apart for this guy, and it's going to happen quite quickly. Just City with Donnarumma now, they're going to be a different animal, and he is my keeper, man. I think he's the absolute bollocks.
He won it. I think it's hard to say single-handedly, but he was a major part, especially in the knockouts, of why PSG won that Champions League.
Penalty saves.
He was unbelievable, mate.
One of the best goalkeepers in the world.
Some of the saves consistently made against multiple teams in different legs was unbelievable. Yeah. I thought, wow. You know, sometimes when you look at a performance and you think, wow, they could do something in this Champions League. He was making saves he had no right to, and constantly. He was doing it almost every game.
As well.
For me, it's more though like when a cross comes in, he just bashes through everybody and catches it. You know what I mean? That's old school. Old school.
Yeah.
Trains the ball.
Yeah.
Boom. Who cares? Oh, he's not good with his feet. Well, City aren't going to play that way anymore.
Yeah. Oh, well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. To be fair, I like this comment as well. Football is simple. And sometimes I believe you're right, mate. It can be very black and white. If you have 11 very good players in there, and this is the bit that I love the most, and this is what I'm going to talk about, in their rightful positions, facts, all you have to do as a manager is basically let them play and you'll win most matches. Do you know what? That's absolutely right. But look at the team, and you know this. I'm not going to explain it to you, Matthew Boss, because you'll agree with me 100% anyway. Look at our team. Let's just go with the lineup against Liverpool, yeah? You've got Timber, fair enough. He's coming and been very good. Then the centre-backs. Then you got left-back. There you go. You're already running into a problem. Left-back ain't a left-back. But apparently he's attacking wing-back, according to Mikel Arteta. Apparently Calafiori's an attacking fullback. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. He's a left-sided centre-back. Never mind. Then you go to our left 8. Oh, yeah, you got Declan Rice playing out of position. Then you got our right 8. Oh, yeah, Mikel Merino playing out of position. Then you got Madueke. I mean, what is this? Is it right wing? Who knows? Who cares? Then you got fucking the left side. You got Martinelli. Probably more of a striker than anything, who's non-existent. And then even all the other players that he brings on in other various positions. Ben White's. They're all out of position. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. Football's football simple, made difficult by pillocks like this manager who doesn't play 11 very good players in their rightful position. They're all out of position to make himself look intelligent at the detriment to the football club. When was the last fucking signing, maybe this summer sort of aside, that he actually signed players from fucking plays them in their right position? How mad is it to think that all you ask in transfers is just, can you please just sign someone for that position? Case in point, the fucking left back. We ain't fucking signed the left back since Kieran Tierney. And I know Mikel Arteta didn't sign him, but that's the last left back we've signed. Kieran bloody Tierney, the last proper left back, Kieran Tierney. That was under Emery about 7-8 years ago, for fuck's sake.
David Raya, he's...
Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm just going to say, we actually don't have any players that play in the right back or the left back in terms of positions.
That's where they started.
I mean, you've got Timber, who's a centre back. So we have. I mean, on Sunday it was 4 centre backs that was playing there, essentially.
Yeah.
Even though
By
Timber was
trade, and
playing
3
as
defensive
a right
midfielders.
back, and 3 defensive midfielders.
Yeah, that's it. And that's why we was all saying as well. And you think even Eze, he's probably going to play him out of position as signing in and coming in. You know, Gyökeres, I mean, he's probably not even going to be playing him soon. Why is that? Oh, yeah, to play Kai Havertz, who's out of position. Gabriel Jesus out of position. They're all just out of position. How mad is it that all you want for Arsenal Football Club, lacking specialists like Rob Future says, big up to you, brother, is that's why we wanted a Rodrigo or a, what's his name, a Lookman on the left wing. Oh, no, well, you know, Eze plays there. When no one's saying he can't play there, but get me the geezer who specialises as a left winger. Why can't we just do that?
This is what we tried to say on Potsy's last week, wasn't it, Aaron?
Yeah.
We're not saying that Eze can't play there. We're just saying that he's not as effective as a proper left
can't
winger.
Get it through their head, though. They can't get it through their head. They don't want to.
That's why
they don't want to get it through their head.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to him, Shane. Like I'm saying to the people making the point. I'm like, cool. Does Eze upgrade our left wing? Yes, but only by default because our 2 left-sided players there are shit. That's the only reason Eze upgrades it. So then, all right, you put him up there and upgrade, cool. But if you also get a left winger and then put Eze in the 10, would that upgrade the team? And they were just like, well, yes, it would.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because you've got a proper left winger that would upgrade on Eze, and then you could move Eze into a 10 to upgrade Odegaard. It's fucking not that difficult, really.
Can you imagine if we'd have got? Can you imagine if we hadn't have wasted this money on fucking Norgard and all this bollocks, right? And got Rodrigo on the left or Lookman on the left. So now you got a proper left winger, and then you put Eze in the 10. Then Gyökeres is looking like a different player. But as I said it before, we could have got Rodrigo. We could have got Eze in his proper position. It doesn't matter whether players play in their proper position. This manager can't do it.
Oh, it's painful. It's painful. And people wonder why we get frustrated.
The problem is, Aaron, at the end of the day, the bottom core problem of this team, of this club, is the manager.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's it. It is the core issue of this football club.
It has been since December the 21st, 2019, mate.
But people can't see it. People can't see it.
How?
They're still making excuses. I don't know, mate. I've lost for words. I really don't know. I really, really don't know. I'll hang around outside the Emirates. As I said, I hang around outside the Emirates. People can come and talk to me. I might even run round to AFTV, you know, after the game one day. See if one of them will have me on the camera. Do you know what?
I might do more chance of a rocking or shitting DJB, mate.
I might do me match reaction. I'll do Lee Judges and Potsy's, and then I'm going to run round to AFTV, and I'm going to stand right there and see if one of them recognises me and pulls me on. And I'm going to just no chance. I'm just going to let loose, but they won't.
And even if they did, the second you started talking, they'd never air it. They'd either stop you or net. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, clip it all up.
The second they go, they'd be like,
they won't touch it. Like, Kyle did it before. Kyle Walsh had a big rant, and they never showed it.
What? Because he was spitting facts. That goes against their media agenda.
Their agenda. But they show some dweeb saying that with the refs are against us because just look at the Fulham Chelsea game.
Mate,
he gets airtime.
It just gets tired. It just gets
and
tired.
The Burner Boy guy gets airtime as well. Big
up to Brian O'Sullivan. You didn't attach a comment if you wanted to scribble something, mate. I'll happily read it. Have you? But big up to you, brother. We've got another question in the building. We got a simple question. So if we can't win the league, that leaves cup competitions, and we know he doesn't do cup competitions. Why is he still in a job? Yeah, well, listen, man.
Explain that, man. If you were able to explain that, you'd be considered a genius if you could.
Because it's a fanfare football club now. It's not a football club anymore. It's all about the glitz and the glam and the PR and the hype and a good day out, and it's a good day out and a few beers, and we can have a laugh, and it's all a happy place to be, and we're all together as one big happy family. It's not. That's what it's all about now. It's just a glorified tourist attraction. That's all it is. It's not a football club. Under this manager, anyway, it's turned into a circus.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is the case.
It's a Ponzi scheme, mate. That's what it is.
Yes, he is, mate. He's the new Frank Abagnale, mate. Little con man. That's what he is, isn't he? He is. He's just a little shit. He's just a Frank Abagnale from Wish, isn't he?
Probably they don't know who that is. I know that. I watched the film. It's brilliant.
Yeah. If no one knows who he is, it's who Leonardo DiCaprio plays.
It's
Catch Me If You Can with Tom Hanks in it. It's a very good. He's a con man, and it's a very good film to be fair. But
he gets in as a doctor, doesn't he? He gets in as a pilot. He gets in as everything. Yeah. He's a con man. Yeah.
The work. So it's a decent film if anyone's having a little stuck. It's a few year old now, isn't it? But if anyone's stuck for a decent little watch, it's a banging film to be fair. Well, well, that's it. And if you don't watch a bit of 40 Towers, come on, man, where are you? Manuel from North. I do nothing. I know nothing.
Hang on a minute. I'm surprised how Mucker James ain't come on after West Ham winning. Jesus, what's going on?
Oh yeah, do you know what? Yeah, he sent us a little message.
But
I think he's probably a little bit busy. Yeah, man.
They're all Potter in now, aren't they? They're all Potter in now.
Big up AFC always. Only 36 more bots. Come on, son. That's it. And to be fair, we are only 36 away. 36 cheeky subs away from 6K, man. Come on, man. What we will do, or 35 now. What we will do though is wrap it up. We've been running for 2 hours now. I just wanted to extend a cheeky little thanks for Potsy and Lee, obviously, for the raid. And more importantly, the world-class people in the chat that were here from the beginning, that came over and stayed, that came over and then left for whatever reason. But big up to every single one of you in the chat, man. Smash a like on this stream. And, of course, close that gap now. We're going ever so closer to that 2K. So if you could give us a little cheeky sub as well as the like, that'd be fantastic. And also, if you're not going to do that, make sure, please, you sub to these 3 world-class content creators that gave up their time for me every single Monday to give us a cheeky little show. And that would be DJB at the Arsenal Huddle. Link is in the description. That'd be Shane Gooner. Link is in the description. And, of course, Normski TV. Link in the description. Make sure you're going over there and giving these absolute superstars a cheeky subscribe. DJB, what have you got coming up, my friend?
Oh God, it's quite a busy week. I've got what I've got tomorrow. I've got the retro show with me and Shane. The big retro show. Shane's going to pull out some bangers. He's going to show me some
bangers, man.
Yeah, so make sure we tune into that, guys. I think I might be on with Potsy either tomorrow or Wednesday. Not sure if I'm on with Deluded on Wednesday. I'll have to wait and see. And then Wednesday, we've got the Wednesday mingle, the midweek mingle, where we'll have Normski and might get a few more guests on. Might try and get Northside onto that as well. And Thursday, we've got a Thursday chat with Aaron and Kenny Ken. And I think Lee might be joining us as well. So big up for that. And we'll see what else. And then I'll do my pre-match preview at some point as well. Oh no, it's the international break, isn't it? See, I've lost it. I've lost the plot. MIKEL Arteta settings.
Arteta's screwing the old brain over, isn't it?
Do you know what? I'm dreading. You know what? I've got the Nottingham Forest. Do you know what it is, Aaron? I've got that Nottingham Forest game in my head already, thinking how important that is now. That is like another cup final now, isn't it? Because if Forest rock up there and win or draw, so I've got a few coming up, guys. So thank you for all the chat, because I know some of the chat comes over comes to my channel as well. So no, big up, man. Chat. Always welcome. I love the Monday night show and being on with Shane and Normski and Aaron and yourself. Yeah, it's just
I love it, man.
I'm gassed, man. Yeah, thank you very much.
It's my favourite thing to do on YouTube. Talking to you free and having a wonderful chat to listen to.
Big up
to interact with as well, man. It's something I look forward to every single week. Shane, what about you, my brother? We know what you got coming up at 10:30.
The full Irish. No, I am flat out, man. They're piling up. I have the full Irish tomorrow. Then I have the retro show with DJB, and then tomorrow night I have the members only stream. Then Wednesday, obviously the full Irish again. Then I have Clean Through 1-on-1 with Views, and Thursday full Irish and Bruised Banana. Friday I have on a Thursday then as well. I have the legend that is Sophie on from Gooner Gossip TV. She's going to do What's the Story,
nice
where we go through Arsenal journey. Friday night, then I have Kyle on to pick his all-time 11, and then DJB will be hopefully next week. We'll work it out to pick our all-time 11. And there's something else I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting something as well.
Probably your Italiano
Shane, hopefully
my Serie A Saturday.
Shane, hopefully you'll take some time out as well, though, man.
Of course I will. Of course I will. But no, look, you know, well, I don't get invited on panels anymore, so it doesn't apart from this one, so I should be all right. I should be all right.
That's what happens when you're a real one, Shane.
That's unfortunately, you ruffle feathers. But listen, the main one is the full Irish tomorrow morning. It was absolutely banging this morning. It was packed out. So hopefully I'll see all the legendary chat there again tomorrow.
Big up, dude. Just quickly, Suge. Just one last thing.
You're a top man, Suge. You take no notice of these, mate. Me and Numsky have got your back, mate. Don't you worry about that. Class, Suge. Absolute class.
DJB, you're overdoing it, DJ, but you can't.
Don't egg him on, DJB, for fuck's sake. That's the last thing you want, isn't it? Don't encourage him for crying out loud.
What we? I've lost the days now. So Wednesday, I've got my show, the What's Going On podcast. Yeah. So we're going to be going on over the transfer, and obviously talking about our games, and then obviously the midweek mingle, if I can get it out, spit it out with DJB. That's I believe it's 9:30. And then on Thursday, the Bruised Banana, where I'm still going to be invincible. So I will be there.
And none of that positivity from last week, don't know.
Oh yeah, there was too much on it. There's too much positivity, you know what I mean? But yeah, and obviously, you know, Aaron has his phone show. It's just a couple of weeks I've been able to get on because
I wasn't intending on doing. Sorry, Lums.
No, I don't know if you had moved it to if it was a Friday or Saturday now.
I moved it from Friday because there's been a job I've been waiting for ages, and I've finally got it. It all confirmed, all contracts signed. Yeah. I finally got it. Good one. I've been waiting for it for a few weeks now. It's been in the pipeline, but to get it over the line, and I'll start in a couple of weeks to get that one over the line. It was an opportunity thrown at me that I'd have been an absolute nutter to turn down with what it is of finance. It was a no-brainer. So I went out with the missus and the kids and all of that on Friday, and then on Saturday I was intended on doing the call-in, and my mates kidnapped me. So do you know what I mean? That's that. They went, "Oh, come for a couple of beers." The old dreaded, "Come for a couple of beers." Well, you know, we'll celebrate. You've got this. We'll go for. I was like, "All right, babe. I'll come down for 2 or 3." And didn't get in until about 4 a.m. or something like that. So you know how it goes, isn't it? You know, it's when you get older, you spend a lot less time with your mates, especially when you got a family. So yeah, my missus said, "Oh, well, I'll leave the key under the mat, then shall I?" I was like, "Yeah, probably best." Yeah. Staggering in, and it took me about 20 minutes to find it, and about 30 minutes to find the double pause. It just did. So yeah, I apologise for missing that, but. What I might do is I might see. I was going to set my call in. I was going to do a little midweek one, but I don't want it to clash with a couple of people. So I might see if I can do it early on a Wednesday, maybe a little 7 o'clock before DJB's thing, and then I'll raid over. We'll sort of see. But I've got a few bits. I'm on with Terence, obviously, at the Straight Facts.
Yeah, that'd be lively. Wouldn't
it? R3, that will be lively. Yeah, and I'll get to piss off their chat as well because, yeah, man, that chat is. Trust me, their chat is that indifferent. I'm quite glad when I come in this stream and I've got a world-class chat like you, because that fucking chat over there on the football terrace is fucking God, I hate it. Oh, Jesus Christ. The people in there couldn't be more Arteta simpy wet wipes. Honestly, it's fuck. I do it to myself. I think, do you know what? I'm going to wind them up. So I say things that I know are going to piss them all off, but then it still pisses me off in a little bit. Let's just seeing all the attacks. Sometimes I love it, and sometimes it gets on the nerves. But I have to wind them up. I can't help it. I'm my own worst enemy sometimes. We've just got another super chat from Suge. Big up to Suge. Come on, man. Settle down, Arteta's 4.9 ham puppet. Little ham puppet. Oh, Suge. Yeah.
It's look, is he 20
never
zone? Look, I
change.
knew he'd creep
Never
in there.
change.
West Ham have won. Look, there he is. Good. Big up, James.
Yeah,
James, big up, mate. We are wrapping up. Otherwise, I'd obviously sent you the link over. How'd you get in the Terror Zone? I don't really know.
Yeah.
They obviously wanted a Lee Gunner from Wish, and they got him. Do you know what I mean?
I want James's. Yeah, you'll have to give James my details, Aaron, and we'll get something sorted.
Yeah. No, we'll do it. Yeah, no, it's sorted. Yeah, but we'll message that. Yeah, James is fucking sound, isn't he? But yeah, we'll sort that out, and yeah, I'll fucking wrap up there. Big up everyone again for watching, man. Big up to everyone on the panel, everyone, man. Smash the likes. Don't forget to sub to the geezers, sub to me, get me to 2K, and we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for tuning in. Enjoy the 12 minutes left of your Monday, and take care.
Yeah.
Double boom. Arteta out.